just but to lace up. Every day is game day, off my third contract, you still on that same play. I spit it out, but I got family sitting chain lace. Oh, you bout that action, tell them boys you bout the same thing. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back, look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I take the stage, I'm stuck like Evil Knievel. I built the conquer heights, my mind's a Danny DeVito. And once I get my first ring, I'm manifesting the sequel. Yo, this the IFL, swear to men become heroes in the end. Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? You ain't really about that. Are you ready for that?
Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, where we are set for Week 12 action in the Indoor Football League, where we'll see a renewal of a long-standing rivalry as the Arizona Rattlers make their first trip inside the Shark Tank since 2016. I am Xander Keene, joined by Justin Renfro. Justin at 1-7. The Jacksonville Sharks trying to turn things around here in the second half of the season, and they've got plenty of new faces on both sides of the ball in the lineup tonight.
Yes, I feel like I've said this a lot this season so far, but we got the new look Sharks with Cozy Perry at the helm, looking to get a win here today, looking to bring the run game alive. Cozy Perry today.
Jacksonville at 1-7, 1-3 in conference play, looking up at the rest of the East, but they've got nothing but conference games after this week on the other side. Arizona right in the thick of it. They're 5-4, trying to get back in the playoffs and maybe host the game as well.
Yes, Arizona looking in a good spot. This could be a good win for the Sharks to build confidence for this playoff run.
For the visiting Rattlers, it all starts with quarterback Dalton Sneed. As we say every week, he's a dual threat. Came over from Bay Area after leading the Panthers to the championship last year. Had a big game against the Gladiators last week. He can do it with his right arm and on the ground as well.
Yes, the first time we played the Rattlers out in Arizona, Dalton Sneed just coming off injury, really lit it up in the second half. Looking to see if he's catching form now and what he does for the Rattlers today.
And on the other side for Jacksonville, Justin, you mentioned Cozy Perry set to get the start at quarterback for Miami Hurricane and FAU Owl. We'll see some action at quarterback, and they've got a new talented receiver in Breon Michelle. Spent time with 3 NFL teams in camp, one of the many new faces on this squad.
Yes, I hear this guy can go. We got Cozy Perry at the helm, the former Hurricane. I've spent a lot of time watching him. They're ready. Let's see what the Sharks can do. Can this run game help them propel to another win?
We'll step aside. We've got the coin toss and kickoff coming up next. Week 12 IFL action from Jacksonville here on YouTube.
Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. We've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years. Trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Florida Blue is more than an insurer. They're your health partner working to lower your costs, make your benefits easy to access, and providing you with a broad range of health services that include traditional medical care, mental well-being, preventative care, and so much more. Visit a Jacksonville, Florida Blue Center to receive a complimentary Jacksonville Sharks gift. And for over 45 years, Southern Furniture Leasing has provided quality rental furniture at competitive prices. They pride themselves on their customer service, amazing selection, and speed of delivery. Whether you need corporate, residential, or student housing and furniture packages, Southern Furniture has the right selection and value you're looking for. We're just about set for kickoff here inside the Shark Tank. The fans are fired up. Arizona won the toss. They deferred, which means we'll see N'Kosi Perry in this new-look Shark offense on the field first tonight. Here's a look at the Florida Blue injury report. Again, Connor Blount, injured earlier in the season, has not played since. Some other key pieces, a couple of receivers out for Jacksonville as well, but there's a talented squad, some new faces suited up tonight. We'll see what they've got starting on offense as we're just about set to go. Dawson Evans has the ball teed up for Arizona, and we are underway. This end-over-end kick will send DJ Stubbs all the way back, and it goes over the wall, so good field position coming up here for Jacksonville.
Good field position to start the game. Let's see what the Sharks offense can do with this first drive.
There's a flag back down at about the 2-yard line on the side where Arizona kicked the ball. Clearly that would be against the Rattlers.
Yep, probably.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Out of bounds, yep.
On the kicking team, 5-yard penalty be added to the end of the play. The ball be placed at the 25-yard line. First down.
So because the ball went over the wall, it would be placed at the 20. The offside adds 5 yards to that. So the ball right at the midfield stripe here for the Jacksonville offense.
Great field position to start this drive.
Peyton Stubbs and Michelle, the 3 starting receivers for Jacksonville. This first snap is on the ground, and it's still loose. Believe it's recovered by Jacksonville, and it is. N'Kosi Perry diving in there to recover it, so the first snap doesn't go the way that Jacksonville was hoping for, and now 2nd and 13.
Yeah, that's been a struggle for them the past few games. Some of the center quarterback exchanges I think G will be able to get that under control this game.
There's a look at your starting offense for Jacksonville. Boom Williams in there at running back with the 3 receivers I mentioned. Perry handles the snap this time. Read option running left. Now cuts back to the right. He'll get near the original line of scrimmage, called a gain of 4. Back to midfield, and that's now 3rd and long. We expect to see plenty of read option for Jacksonville tonight, as we saw in the last few games with Fred Payton Jr. and a quarterback. N'Kosi Perry, also a talented runner, very experienced guy, played at both Miami and FAU, started for multiple seasons, and now brings his talents here to the IFL.
Yes, visiting practice this week and talking to Coach Gibson. Running the ball is definitely something they're going to be doing a lot this game.
3rd and 10 for Jacksonville. Ball's out. Perry dives on it again. And that snap got back cleanly, but I don't know if Perry was starting his movement early or what, but not handled cleanly, and now 4th and 12, and Jacksonville's going to bring out the kicking unit.
Yep, just tried to start moving without looking the ball all the way in. You know, first game jitters. He hasn't played in a while, getting his first start as a Shark.
Colin Figensher, the new kicker for Jacksonville. He'll be on for a long attempt.
Part of the Sharks during training camp. They brought him back here to see if he can start helping them out in the kicking game.
About a 43-yard attempt here, and now they'll blow this one dead. Looks like a delay of game as
delay of game
expired.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
This is something I expected from the Sharks to start this game. Like we talked about, new look Sharks, you know, new kicker, guys protecting him, a lot of new faces. You know, they got to get the snap down, got to get used to that play clock.
So now called a 48-yard attempt here for Figensher. Perry the hold, and the kick is blocked, and it's still loose, and against the wall. That should be Arizona ball anyway. So the Rattlers will have good field position here on their first drives. We'll get our first look at Dalton Sneed, Arizona's quarterback who came over from the Bay Area Panthers after leading that franchise to a championship last year. Here's another look at the field goal.
That was a really low kick right there. I don't know if it had much of a chance if it got off anyway.
Yeah, it looked like it was hooking and ends up going right to the Arizona defender, and the Rattlers have great field position. I think the officials are trying to sort out exactly where to spot this football. Again, because Arizona never got possession, that loose ball would have been Rattler ball anyway because the Sharks had no chance of advancing it.
The kick crossed the neutral zone, was touched by a member of the receiving team. It's then recovered by Jacksonville. It is their ball, 1st and 10.
I stand corrected. So because the kick went beyond the line of scrimmage,
and
it then becomes Jacksonville football, it's a free ball. So one of the new rules that we're getting used to here in the IFL, and works out in the favor of the Sharks. They essentially get a do-over on this possession. Right as we finished saying there was no way it would be Jacksonville ball, it is.
Yeah, and I guess that's a question we could save. Tom's going to join us at halftime. I think that's a question we could save for him. He could answer for the people.
Absolutely. You know, we used to see that back in the Arena Football League days with field goals missed off the net.
Yes.
We're a live ball, obviously, here with no rebound nets. That's not in play, but there's an opportunity for the kicking team to retain possession. It works out for Jacksonville. Good job. I'm not exactly sure who recovered it, but heads up to keep playing and hop on the football.
Yes, let's see if they can capitalize on this mistake.
Handoff goes to Tyler King running left, and King breaks one tackle. There is a flag down back at the 15-yard line behind the play. Stands as a gain of 5. This one, though, may be coming back.
Great to see Tyler King back there and with the same athleticism. We'll see what this flag is, but that was a great play. Had a crease in the line of scrimmage right there.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. Offense number 6. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, 1st down.
They got Jeremiah Payton for an illegal blindside block. Half the distance, so essentially the same as a hold, even though that was a personal foul, but wipes away the solid gain for King, and now 1st and long for Jacksonville.
Peyton and Coach Gibson looking really upset about that call there.
Coach Gibson standing with a hand on his hip well behind the play. They'll hand it off to King again with some running room. Tyler King spins out of a tackle, gets across the 20-yard line, and that works out for the Sharks. I think he got about 3 more yards than he did on the first play, including getting the penalty yardage back. Now 2nd down and 3 after the long run by Tyler King.
Yes, that's one of the new plays Coach Gibson put in where they're reading the backer. And, hey, you see Cozy made the right read there. That's why they put him and Tyler King in, to cause some fits in the run game.
Now Perry pitches it. It's King again working his way upfield. That's a 1st down as Tyler King gets right to just in front of the midfield stripe. And
Stubbs making a good block there at the wide receiver position. Hey, man, I love to see the run game. We've been wanting to see this run game, pound the ball like the rest of the IFL. Coach Gibson dialing it in.
That first set of downs with the snap issues, we didn't really get to see the game plan in play, but we were talking earlier, you mentioned you expected to see a lot of run early. That's what we're getting here from Jacksonville as Tyler King, a bit of a cutback this time. Another solid 3 or 4 yard pickup, brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Yeah, good cutback by King, saw a little crease, hit it with speed, getting yards. Positive gains every play, that's all you can ask for.
Now Jacksonville down to Arizona's 22-yard line. Perry takes a snap, another pitch to King, spins out of a tackle, but gets cut down after the first move, so that's going to go for no gain. Healthy diet of Tyler King here on this drive. That time, though, the 2nd man in for Arizona able to make the stop.
I'm getting that toss, that same side toss, basically trying to get him to outrun the linebacker. It's a one-on-one there. Couldn't capture the corner, you know, short side, but hey, another positive gain, didn't lose yards, and being physical in the run game.
Travaris Farrell, the linebacker, able to make his way over and make that play. So now third down for Jacksonville, once again from the 22. Perry back to pass this time, throws, and that one caught along the wall. That's a first down for Jacksonville. Nice catch there for DJ Stubbs on the money from Perry to move the chains.
Yes, first passing attempt for Perry of this game, on the money. Nice dot to Stubbs, and that's a first down. This is what we want to see out of the Sharks. Run, run, run. A little pass in there. Keep the clock running.
So first and 10 from the 14-yard line for Jacksonville on technically their second drive of the game. Stubbs and Payton in motion. Perry, quarterback draw, cuts to the left, has plenty of running room. There goes N'Kosi Perry into the end zone for a Jacksonville touchdown, 14 yards, and the Sharks lead 6-0.
Great to see the young man from Miami run it in there. I know he's been waiting to get a start for the Sharks, and he's taking advantage of it. Great to see the athleticism. This is what we need in the IFL here in Shark Nation.
A lot of read option from this team, but that one, a straight design quarterback draw, works perfectly. N'Kosi Perry finds a crease. No one can catch him. And now Figgensher on for the PAT.
Great job by Jason Gibson and the staff. Designing this run game, and hey, they're sticking to it.
And that kick goes off the upright and in, so everything works for the Sharks on this last set of downs. It's 7-0, 8:17 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
Timeout on the field.
As the Sharks prepare to take the field for battle. Enjoy a catered pre-game, all-you-can-eat buffet in our private Duval room, perfect for networking and entertaining. Then, just before kickoff, you'll head into the tunnel outside the Sharks locker room to greet the players as they head out for pre-game introductions. This is your chance to get up close and personal with your favorite Sharks. Shark Walk packages are now available. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me at dave@jaxsharks.com to purchase your Shark Walk package.
Hello. Are you a veteran struggling to obtain the VA disability benefits you deserve?
Are you VA rated at 90% or less?
Are you being fairly compensated for your service-connected disabilities?
If you answered yes, then trust the veterans at True Vet Solutions to get you the compensation you deserve.
Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. You have nothing to lose and a lifetime of benefits to gain.
Ever thought about why we take trips? They take time off, time to plan, time to pack. They take work. They give us a chance to reconnect with ourselves, our family, and our friends, and maybe even a new one. And when they're over, all we're left with are the memories. Memories that inspire stories, and stories that become legacies. So no matter where your next trip takes you, come home with a story. General RV.
At Bonus Barbecue, you'll find a genuine down-home Pimper barbecue experience. Their entire menu is smoked and prepared in-house, from mouth-watering smoked meats to delicious sides. Made from scratch, Bono's Smoker is always smoking. Visit a Bono's near you today. And Metro Diner is your best local restaurant where you come for a hot cup of coffee, a warm welcome, and a full belly, where familiar comfort dishes meet new bold obsessions, where you'll find a menu full of unique takes on classic Southern food and breakfast served all day. Visit Metro Diner today. Jacksonville cashes in on the loose ball blocked field goal, giving them a second possession. N'Kosi Perry, a 14-yard touchdown run, has his team up 7-0, as Figgensher will send this kick away. And it's taken there for Arizona. Up to about the 20-yard line goes Jamal Miles. Jabari Gorman on the stop. Arizona gets the ball at the 21, and now we'll see Dalton Sneed and the Rattler offense for the first time tonight.
Yes, the Sharks taking advantage of the early mistake, and hey, capitalizing. This is what they need to do. Let's see if they can keep going strong.
Jacksonville starting defense presented by Superior Fence and Rail. You see Jabari Gorman there in the middle. Jug Russell, his second game back in the lineup. Ulrich Jones has been making plays all season long. This is a talented defense at both levels, trying to string it all together for 60 minutes. Sneed goes deep on his first pass attempt. It's up and caught inside the 5-yard line. Corey Reed Jr., one of the newer faces on this Rattler offense. That's a big completion for Dalton Sneed, and first to goal for Arizona.
Xander, I picked him out to you during warm-ups. I said that looked like a big body, somebody they're going to get the ball to, and first play of the game, that's where they go. Sneed picking up where he left off the last game, looking in rhythm.
Sneed hands it out to Shannon Brooks around the corner and into the end zone. It's a 2-play touchdown drive for Arizona. The 15th rushing touchdown of the season, I believe, for Shannon Brooks. And so the Rattlers make this a 7-6 ball game. Just a couple of plays in. Arizona comes in as the 5th best scoring offense in the IFL. You see why right there. And of course, a championship pedigree quarterback in Dalton Sneed joining a talented team. So
watching that replay there, looks like Carter had a good grip on Munoz right there. We'll look to watch that as the game progresses, see how the holding calls and work out through this game.
Evans on for the kick. And he knocks this one through to make it a 7-7 ball game. So a lot of drama and an extended drive to get Jacksonville their first score. Arizona comes back down the field in just 2 plays. As we'll keep it rolling here with 6:12 to go in this first quarter, 7-7. Definitely a bit of a difference of style so far. We talked about Jacksonville running the football very effectively on that opening drive. The Rattlers come down and go deep on the first play using their talented receiver and, championship quarterback in Dalton Sneed. We'll see how that continues to play out here as we get into the later start stages of the first quarter.
Yes, with Sneed at the helm, their offense can go. It's a simple way to put it. He scores, he knows the game, and he's been scoring well all season.
And Sia Burley, the assistant head coach for the Rattlers in his second season with Arizona. Of course, Burley was head coach, won a couple of championships here with Jacksonville as a member of the Sharks, a long-time arena football coach, got his start in Arizona, and now he's rejoined Kevin Guy, who is in his 15th season as the head coach of Arizona. So a lot of coaching experience, as you would expect for a franchise as storied as the Rattlers, just like Jacksonville has coaches that have been around this game a long time. And a bit of a rivalry renewed, the first time we've seen Kevin Guy here in this building in about 8 years. End-over-end kick from Evans. DJ Stubbs will field this a yard deep in the end zone. He'll head up the middle now, trying to cut outside, and he won't get loose. Good job on kick coverage by Rasheed Hodge as he takes down Stubbs at the 5-yard line, and Jacksonville's backed up here on this drive.
Yep. Now Jacksonville has their second possession. Well, I guess it's technically their third possession. Let's see what they do. Do they come back with the run? Are they going to pass? Let's see what this new look Sharks identity is.
One touchdown drive, only one passing attempt on that drive for N'Kosi Perry, but of course he finished it off with a touchdown run. And he'll keep it himself. Read option, Perry breaks free at the 15-20 across midfield, lowering the shoulder. No need to pass when you can do that on the ground as N'Kosi Perry picks up 20 plus and gets into Arizona territory.
As you watch the replay here, you'll see the right tackle, Bryant Nolan Jr., pull around and make that block to seal that crease for Cozy to explode for that gain. Great job by Bryant Nolan Jr., great job by Perry. Sharks offense looking good.
Perry hands it off. Boom Williams around the corner, 20-15. A gain of 9 yards for Williams as the Sharks, as they have most of the season, alternating Boone Williams and Tyler King possession after possession. It keeps them both fresh. And we see Williams, after getting a bit of a breather, cash in with 9 yards there.
We watched the replay again. Bryant Nolan Jr. tipping, defining his D lineman right there, creating a crease for Boone to go through. Back-to-back plays, the big man setting it up for the offensive line.
The athleticism of Nolan on display. Multi-sport athlete, played football and basketball at Edward Waters. And the timing a bit off there for Jacksonville, and Coach Gibson, you can see motioning, telling his team to hurry up and get to the line quicker. As they ran out of time there, the Sharks will call their first timeout. And we will take that timeout. So 4:26 to go. Jacksonville on the move again in a 7-7 ball game. Second and short when we come back here on YouTube.
At National Training Inc., we're your gateway to success in transportation and heavy equipment operations training. From Class A, B, to Modified A CDL courses, to mastering articulator loaders, excavators, bulldozers, and more. Are you ready to revitalize your career? Fast and affordable fees. Call us at 904-272-4000 and let's get started. Your future awaits at National Training Inc.
Every journey begins with a spark, with a dream. From those early moments of wonder to the cutting-edge vehicles of today, the Tom Busch family has been at the forefront of the automotive evolution. The experts at Tom Busch have helped generations of customers experience the latest automotive technologies.
At Tom Busch, we've been a part of your journey since 1970.
And now, we're part of your next chapter. We're the Tom Busch family of dealerships.
Your journey is our legacy.
Let's go! Saturday night is Sharks football night. Affordable family fun for everyone. Great tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
Check out our exciting theme nights in our new family pack. 4 tickets, $4 vouchers, plus a $25 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Let's go! Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets today.
And we're back here in Jacksonville. When the going gets tough, Absolute Bail Bonds is here for you. Let their family help yours. Call 877-GET-BAIL and let them know the Sharks sent you. And Sonny's Barbecue opened their first local barbecue joint in Gainesville, Florida in 1968. Every day since, they've been smoking and serving their signature barbecue to hungry folks and gaining new fans in the process. Sonny's Barbecue makes sure everyone who dines with them feels right at home. Visit Sonny's Barbecue today. The Sharks call their first timeout. It's now 2nd and 1. About 2/3 of the way through the first quarter. 4:26 to play in period number 1. 2nd and 1 from the 14-yard line. Perry calls Williams back to his right. Now sends receivers in motion. He'll take the snap, delayed. Quarterback run. There goes Perry again. See you later, N'Kosi Perry, the second time in as many drives, a 14-yard touchdown run. And Jacksonville leads 13-7.
That's what Coach Gibson said. He was putting Perry in the game to run the ball and bring that dynamic to the Sharks offense. That move's definitely paying off for these new-look Sharks.
And Perry, a guy who maybe didn't get to use his legs quite as much in college, played in more traditional pro-style offenses for the most part at Miami and FAU, but you can tell he's got a nice long stride, and so when he gets a crease, it's really hard to catch up as Piggenshire's kick is on the way and good.
We definitely see him getting comfortable as well, a little showboating as he went into the end zone. Definitely want to watch out, though. Those safeties are lurking in the IFL.
It's a long game, and if the Sharks keep up this ground attack, Perry will find himself in the secondary several times. Between now and the end of the night, 3:40 to go now. Here in the first quarter, we'll keep it here. It's Halloween in June inside the Shark Tank, always one of the more interesting and entertaining theme nights here. I believe we have Sharkareeville coming up in a couple of weeks as well.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any horror masks. We did have a little action at the coin toss. Hopefully you guys at home got to see that.
I know a lot of the Halloween stuff is out of our field of view in the concourse and outside before the game. We might see some more of them come on in later on tonight. Oh, there we go.
There we go. We got a scary guy.
So we've only seen the Arizona Rattlers offense on the field for 2 plays. That's all they needed to get down and score, and Jacksonville certainly aware of Corey Reed Jr., the receiver who broke his way down the field. Back in action as Figenshire sends this one away. It's a low kick, fielded on the run by Miles, and he gets taken down. Great job by Jabari Gorman to get downfield and make the stop. Richie Coffey in there as well for Jacksonville. Good job on the kick coverage after the nicely placed kickoff by Figenshire. Arizona backed up to about the 12-yard line.
Jabari, Hitman Gorman, always a 100% tackler. You can count on him to make the play, and he's going to deliver a blow most of the time. We're going to have to watch this Chase Lassiter-Lamar Matty matchup. You saw at the end of that last drive, they were going at each other. You see them pointing at each other to start this drive. We'll keep an eye on that.
Snead with an empty backfield, quick toss out to the running back Brooks. He'll lower the shoulder, pick up about 5 yards. Shannon Brooks had the touchdown for Arizona. And Matty and Richie Coffey now exchanging some words, so certainly looks like Lamar Matty, one of the guys getting the offensive line fired up for Arizona.
You know, a guy I played with outside of the IFL, and, you know, he's a seasoned vet in the IFL. Definitely a leader for this Arizona team, trying to set the tone here in the Shark Tank.
Sets the tone as the blindside blocker for his quarterback Snead as well. Now 2nd and 5 for Arizona. Snead pats the football and finds Najir Jackson for a nice completion into Jacksonville territory down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up for Arizona.
As we take a look at that nice clean pocket for him, dumps it off, you know, you'll get some of those as an offense. You call the right play, get a call.
Good size at receiver for Arizona. Both Reed and Jackson listed at 6'3". Certainly have a height advantage against most of the Jacksonville secondary. Now the handoff goes to Miles around the edge. He'll pick up 8 or 9 yards. Not quite a first down, but a good gain for Arizona as the Rattlers move inside the 15-yard line down to the 11 as we're inside of 2 minutes ago here in the first quarter.
A lot of physicality on both sides on the perimeter. This is the most I've seen wide receivers block in the indoor game. So that's something else to watch as we go. You know, both of these teams are trying to run the ball. I think Arizona tries to pass it a little more, though, than Jacksonville.
Snead fakes the handoff. Back in the pocket, throws toward the corner, and that one is caught by Jadarius Byrd, who is a Shark defender on the bench, as it was a bit too strong for the Arizona receiver. That makes it 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Ulrich Jones there with a little pressure, made sure Snead wasn't comfortable in the pocket.
It's a big frame coming at you from the front side, and Ulrich Jones, certainly against the quarterback who's not the tallest in Snead. Handoff goes to Brooks. He'll pick up a first down and a couple of more. Bit of a traditional handoff there from Arizona as Brooks picks up 4. And that's now 1st and goal for the Rattlers, as I believe the first quarter will come to an end before we get another snap.
Brooks fired up after getting that first down run. That was a good, solid, physical run by him. First down, Rattlers.
And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. So the Jacksonville Sharks withstand a couple of early fumbles. N'Kosi Perry lights it up on the ground, and they take a 14-7 lead to the first quarter break. We'll be back for period number 2 here on YouTube.
My mind's daily defeated when once I get my first ring, I'm manifesting the sequel. Yo, this the IFL. Swear to man, become heroes.
Sign your child up for Junior Attack Dance Camp Saturday, June 8th. They will get hands-on instructions with us at practice and perform live at halftime. Our campers will get to enjoy a pizza party and a full locker room tour. Don't let your little one miss out. Go to jacksharks.com to sign up. Fins up!
Host a birthday party at a Sharks game. Make it a night you and your guests will never forget. Party tickets include a Sharks game ticket, a designated party spot, and a Sharks souvenir. Food, drinks, chips, cupcakes, and Shark Walk access to see the players before the game. The icing on the cupcake? Get your birthday girl or boy's name right here on the Jumbotron for everyone to see. Visit jacksharks.com and fill out your request form, or just give me a call at 904-621-0700, extension 702. Or you can even email me at dave@jacksharks.com. Let's plan this birthday party together.
Dick's Wings celebrates its 30th anniversary with the best wings, half-pound burgers, handcrafted scratch food, and cold beer. Their casual vibe works well for a drink with friends or a family meal. From first bite to last call, Dick's Wings has you covered. Come visit Dick's Wings in Jacksonville and across North Florida today. Set for the start of the second quarter here inside the Shark Tank. Xander Keene, Justin Renfro with you, as the Sharks hold a 14-7 lead, thanks in large part to the legs of N'Kosi Perry getting his first start at quarterback. 2 rushing touchdowns. Arizona's got 1 score, and they're on the march for more, as it's now first and goal for the Rattlers after the pickup by Brooks. Spot this one at the 7-yard line as we get this second quarter underway. Snead hands it off to Brooks, cuts back to the right, inside the 5-yard line, stacked up a couple of yards shy of the goal line. Richie Coffey there holding his ground, keeping Brooks out of the end zone, a gain of about 3, second and goal.
Richie Coffey definitely come into play today. That's the second lick he's thrown. You see he stopped Brooks in his track.
Lassiter was in pursuit. Coffey made sure that the play was made as well. Now second and goal for the 3-yard line. Snead takes the handoff, looking left, now drifts back in the pocket, rolls to the right, trying to find someone downfield, throws it way over everything, and he knocks down the Darley's Plumbing sign. So they'll get that put back up in a moment. Good job by the Shark defense in coverage there as Snead extended the play.
Yeah,
and
great,
it's third down.
Great coverage and great pressure by the defensive line there. You saw he had to run around. Jabari Gorman covering his guy, had to just throw it away.
Gorman really the only player in the area, and Snead did a good job of making sure it was thrown way too tall for the Shark defender to make a play on it. Jacksonville trying to get its first stop of the night. Third and goal from the 3-yard line for Arizona. Reed and Miles in motion. Snead throws over the middle, has his man for a touchdown, as that's Jamal Miles with a flag down after the play. So a little bit of extra after the score there. It is 14-13 now. Jacksonville still in front by a point. The officials convene to decide which way this one's going to go.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 2, his first of the game. That 15-yard penalty to be placed in the bank. Tried.
That'll be good field position for the Sharks after the kick.
Go look at it.
So the flag does go against Arizona. Jamal Miles, who scored the touchdown, gets called. That's his first unsportsmanlike. Again, a second unsportsmanlike conduct would mean he's disqualified. We'll see if cooler heads prevail as this game progresses. And Evans connects on the kick. That's going to tie the score at 14. 13:03 to play here in the second quarter as we keep it here. So now we've seen both offenses down the field a couple of times. Arizona using the passing game a little bit more than Jacksonville, but still definitely a run-heavy team as well. And, you know, we saw the ability of Dalton Snead there on that last set of downs, keeping the play alive to throw it away so that he could come back on third down and get the touchdown.
Yes, that veteran quarterback, we talked about it multiple times, him playing for Bay Area last year. We saw the second half of their first matchup out in Arizona. Great game manager, doesn't make many mistakes, and puts the team in a good position to win every week.
Jacksonville and Arizona played a little more than a month ago. That one is a 55-35 Rattler win. And most of that margin came in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville trailed by 5 at halftime and 4 at the end of the third quarter. However, the Rattlers able to pull away at home in the first matchup between these two teams since Jacksonville came over to the IFL again. If you're newer to Jacksonville Sharks football or tuning in from a primarily IFL perspective, these two teams, of course, rivals in the Arena Football League back in the early 2010s. Jacksonville won its first championship in 2011 in Arizona against the Rattlers. Hard to believe that was 13 years ago now. And these teams have matched up a number of times after that in the AFL, and of course, squaring off now for the second time this season, which is the first year they've matched up since 2016, Jacksonville's last year in the Arena Football League. Kickoff fielded by Jeremiah Payton as he'll get to about the 6-yard line and then get thrown down by Jackson. Both returners for the Sharks had a claim of the football, spent a half second trying to decide who was actually going to return it. And Payton picks up about 8 yards on the run back. So Jacksonville backed up again, but we've seen the legs of Perry move this team down the field quickly as we did on the last drive.
So we know the Rattlers will definitely be focused on the legs of Perry. So we see if Coach Gibson might come with a wrinkle of run pass that can expose them sitting on Coach Perry.
Kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced. Then we will enforce the 15-yard penalty that was in the bank. It'll be first down.
So Jacksonville's going to get a free 20 yards here. The personal foul on Miles that was in the bank is enforced, as is the offside. So even though it wasn't a great return for Jacksonville, they end up with the ball outside of midfield in Rattler territory from the 24-yard line. This is a Tyler King possession for Jacksonville. The rotation continues. King standing to the right of the quarterback, Perry. And they will fake the handoff to King. Perry keeps it himself, and he'll not quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of a half yard. Good job by Devontae Merriweather to penetrate, take down the quarterback at 2nd and 11.
So you see that there. That's the DB and the linebacker. Both are coming off the edge because they know Perry's running the read option. So now we'll see. Might be some crease with the give if you have two guys in the same gap.
On second down from midfield, Perry keeps it himself and once again gets stacked up right at about the line of scrimmage. The second play in a row, it's Merriweather flying in, just like you said. Arizona now definitely selling out on the quarterback keep on that read option, and it's 3rd and long for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Merriweather definitely triggered downhill. I would look to run some type of play action here, try to suck him in, and then throw right over his head.
3rd and 10 for the Sharks from the Arizona 24-yard line. Still the early stages of the second quarter, a 14-14 ball game. Coach Gibson's going to call timeout once again.
Timeout, Jacksonville. Their second of the half.
So real quick, what a personal privilege. I know Monday was Memorial Day, but I have to do this. If you have ever put on a uniform to serve this country, please.
So we'll take this break with the timeout. Back in a moment here on YouTube.
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Hey Shark Nation, it's your ticket guy, David Diana. If you're a local business owner, we want to turn our fans into your newest customers. I have an offer for you. Jaws partnerships are a great way to get your company name and information in front of all our fans in the Shark Tank. We are also going to reward you with a year-round digital advertising on our website and provide you with a promotional table for your business at each Sharks game. Plus, you'll receive season tickets for your business to provide to your family, staff, and even potential clients. If you want to become a Jaws partner this season, I can hook you up. Just call me, 904-621-0700, extension 717, or you can go online at jacksharks.com and fill out a Jaws package request.
In a sea of real estate options, don't get caught in the jaws of big chains.
Sink your teeth into the local market where every home purchase supports our community's prosperity.
From beachfront bungalows to riverside retreats, there's something for every fish in the sea.
With local agents who know these waters like the back of their fin, you'll find the perfect home to call your own. Go Sharks!
11:16 to go in the second quarter, 14-14 ball game between the Arizona Rattlers and the Jacksonville Sharks. Arizona 5-4, right in the thick of it in the Western Conference here in the IFL. Jacksonville 1-7, trying to turn this first season in the Indoor Football League around as we head toward the second half of the campaign. The Sharks have nothing but conference games after this, so lots of opportunity to work their way back up the standings, trying to find a spark tonight, play a complete 60 minutes. And what would go a long way toward that is converting this 3rd and long situation. We've seen N'Kosi Perry with 2 rushing touchdowns already, but stacked up on the last 2 plays. So we'll see what the offense does here on 3rd down.
Xander, you said the key, though. They need to play a full 60 minutes.
Perry over the middle, that's a completion. Caught there by Jeremiah Payton. The Miami connection comes through for Jacksonville. It is going to be shy of the first down, so 4th and 1 coming up, but a much better situation here for the Sharks.
Yeah, great pass for the Miami connection. 4-down territory for sure. This running game has been looking strong, so I'd be confident right here in this 4th and 1, running the ball behind this O-line.
And we haven't seen Tyler King get the ball on this set of downs yet. We'll see what gets dialed up here, as King will be one of the motion men here for Jacksonville on 4th down. Perry, handoff, King running left, trying to find the edge. And this is going to depend on the spot. I think this might be generous for Jacksonville, and it is. A yard gain for King. He didn't really have a lot of running room on the edge, but he got just enough. And they're going to move the chains, 1st and 10 for the Sharks.
The outside run play, definitely a risk there. Tyler King lowered his shoulder, got the yard they needed.
10 minutes to play here in the second quarter, 1st and 10 from the 14. Perry, pitch to King. A little bit of downhill running as he gets a couple on the play. Merriweather and Dobbs in on the stop for Arizona. Here's another look at the 1st down play.
Straight toss play. Again, great blocking by Stubbs. You see him getting his guy to the ground, creating a little crease outside. If your team's going to be good in the run game, your wide receivers, without a doubt, have to be blocking.
Now 2nd and 7, fake the handoff to Stubbs. Perry spins out of one, keeps his feet again. N'Kosi Perry making something out of nothing there with a 4-yard pickup to get inside the 10-yard line.
Perry showing you his dynamic run ability. Let's look at this. The spin right off the bat. Ran through 2 tacklers. Runs through another who trips him up ultimately. But hey, there you see the athleticism on straight display. That looked like a backyard football game, just trying to get loose.
Spot this at the 7-yard line, 3rd down and a long 3. Perry handoff to Tyler King, and this one going nowhere. Arizona has been active in the backfield all this drive, and they're able to make the play there.
Arizona knows the run game's coming now. You see them triggering off the edges. You'll see if Coach Gibson can now find a way to take advantage of that trigger on the edges.
And with that big loss on the play, Jacksonville will go to the field goal attempt. 4th and 11 from the 15. Figgenshire on now. He's 2 for 2 in PATs. First field goal attempt was blocked, but ended up working out as the Sharks recovered the loose ball. This kick is away. It's up.
That's good.
And he knocks it through. So Figgenshire connects from about 28 yards out. Jacksonville back on top, 17-14. 7:54 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something we've seen this year. A nice field goal.
Nice draw play there by the left-footed kicker. Figgenshire started it right at about the left upright. Just a natural tail back through the middle. It's a good weapon to have when you get in a situation like that. You know, in any kind of indoor football, most teams are aggressive on 4th down by and large. But when it's, 4th and 11 and you've got a quarterback who hasn't thrown the ball a lot yet, being able to go to the kicking game and put some points on the board could pay off later on.
Yeah, definitely going to pay off. And having N'Kosi Perry come be the quarterback of this offense has really brought some lightning to their offense. The run game, I don't know, has the run game been this good so far this season, you think?
There have been spots, but, it's been more of a balanced attack. And, I think consistently having the quarterback run in conjunction with King and Williams able to make some plays as well. Probably the first quarter was definitely the best quarter of running we've seen from Jacksonville. Now the question becomes, how does this offense adjust? Because we saw Arizona definitely selling out on Perry a lot more on that last drive.
If Jacksonville can find a way to take advantage of 2 guys being in the same gap, they'll blow this game wide open.
Miles, the lone man back for Arizona. Figgenshire sends his low line drive over the wall. Kicking it away from the talented return man as
almost hit a couple people in the stand.
So they will put this ball at the 20-yard line. It was a bit of a second. We had to wait there for the officials to put it down. But again, the kick over the wall, not a deuce, clearly, as it was well wide. And so good field position for Arizona halfway through the 2nd quarter. Snead and the Rattlers have scored on both of their possessions so far. Lassiter up the middle, delivers a blow, but he connects with Reed. It's an Arizona touchdown. Dalton Snead hangs tough in the pocket, withstands the hit, finds Corey Reed Jr., and just like that, the Rattlers have their first lead.
As you've mentioned numerous times today, Dalton Snead, a vet in the IFL, stood in there, took a shot, but delivered a pass on the money. Look at that, in stride to his wide receiver, unfortunately for the Sharks, for a touchdown.
Corey Reed got behind Dejon Warren there. finding the end zone for Arizona. The Rattlers, I believe, are without Glenn Gibbons Jr., their leading receiver tonight. Haven't seen him out there, number 14. But Reed is definitely picking up the slack.
Yeah, these Rattlers have so far been quick strike. Every time 1 to 2 plays, they're in the end zone. Dalton Sneed has it dialed up.
And we'll keep it here again after the quick score. And this is going to be a critical next few minutes for Jacksonville because, remember, Arizona won the toss. They deferred, so they'll be back to receive the opening kickoff of the third quarter. So if you're the Sharks, you want to make sure, if you can, try and have the last possession of the first half because that's going to give you an opportunity to maybe take the lead back or go down and score and not let Arizona go back-to-back around the halftime stop.
Yes, that will be key, not in letting Arizona go back-to-back. And this is also something we've talked about many weeks in a row. The third quarter seems to be their kryptonite. They cannot get past the third quarter and make a strong play. So let's see if they can make some adjustments and show strong in the third quarter. This run game definitely will help.
This game got off to a strange start on the very first set of downs. Jacksonville, of course, with a new starting quarterback tonight, N'Kosi Perry. A couple of just missed snaps. One, the center G kind of didn't get it all the way back to the quarterback. The second one, though, Perry just mishandled a pretty good snap. 2 fumbles recovered by the Sharks themselves. Then you had the field goal attempt blocked. Jacksonville retained possession. Since then, nothing but offense. These teams have gone up and down the field. Jacksonville held to a field goal on its last drive, which is how Arizona has a 4-point lead, as you see.
You see Perry and Peyton in there in the corner, looking at the iPads, looking at the adjustments, seeing what wrinkles they can pick up on. Perry is definitely having a great game running. We'll see what happens when they force him to start passing. It looks like they're loading that box up.
Tyler King will get his first crack at a return tonight. The electric player for Jacksonville, but he can't get free. There's a flag down. King unable to get back to the 10-yard line.
Might have been a face mask. I saw him grab his face after getting hit.
We'll get the call from Jeff Pumphrey and our officiating crew here momentarily.
During the return, holding return team number 11, half the distance to the goal, first down.
I was wrong.
They get Breon Michelle for the hold, and so that will bring Jacksonville back inside its own 5-yard line. Second and final regular season meeting between these two teams. Their first year with the rivalry renewed after squaring off for many seasons in the Arena Football League, Jacksonville and Arizona. The Rattlers, of course, have been in the IFL for a while, and the Sharks playing their first season here in the Indoor Football League. From the 4-yard line, Perry keeps it himself, tries the left edge, and he won't get there. He extends the play a little bit, but no running room. I think he'll lose a yard as they try that short side misdirection to spring Perry around the edge away from the flow, but not a whole lot of running room there as you see the defender getting outside of Nolan, and it's second and long.
Nolan trying to send him over the boards right there. Yeah, short side, tough to get a crease over there. It's the short side of the field.
Delay of game. Offense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
And now a delay of game called against Jacksonville. We've seen the Sharks have to use a couple of timeouts earlier on. That time, Coach Gibson electing to keep the last timeout of this half in his pocket. Unfortunately, that leads to the delay. Only a loss of about 1.5 yards, but a bit tougher situation now, 2nd and 13 for Jacksonville. Perry under pressure, rolls right, now looks, throws deep downfield, is a man wide open, it's DJ Stubbs. at the 10-yard line into the end zone. N'Kosi Perry keeps the play alive, finds a wide open Stubbs. It's a 48-yard touchdown for Jacksonville.
You see there, N'Kosi Perry able to use his feet in the pocket, keep the play alive, and then Stubbs is streaking wide open. Great job by the Sharks, once again, looking like a quick strike offense themselves.
A great job. You see on that replay, the free rusher comes in for Arizona. Perry able to sense the rush while keeping his eyes downfield. That allowed him to find Stubbs on the run, and a good job to make an accurate throw.
Yeah, great arm strength there on the run to throw that pass right there.
And Fagenshire connects on the PAT. Will once again keep it here, 24-21 the score. And we talked about, how would the Sharks adjust? I don't exactly know if that's what they thought about dialing up when this drive started, but it worked out. They have the man downfield. A great job by Perry again, biding enough time in the pocket to find his man downfield.
I know Coach Gibson and the Sharks are happy to have the Miami boys here, especially Perry. They're showing up, and it's a great game for him in his debut as a Shark. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Plenty of action around the IFL this week. We are in week 12 of the season. One game has already happened. The Green Bay Blizzard all over the Quad City Steamwheelers last night, 64-36. Some other games just getting underway here tonight. A lot of action, of course, in the Central Time Zone here in the IFL. Iowa is at Sioux Falls. Massachusetts is at Frisco. San Diego at Tulsa. Those games all kicking off in the next couple of moments. And about an hour from now, Northern Arizona against Vegas. And then Duke City at Tucson tonight as well. So a loaded Saturday slate here in the Indoor Football League.
Duke City Tucson will feature two former Sharks with Brian Smith and Scary Terry. That will be a good matchup for fans to check out once they get done watching this game.
That one will probably be early in the second half, with it starting an hour later after this one. Figenshire's deep kickoff is going to be fielded by Miles right along the back wall, and he won't get too far. He does make his way out to the 5-yard line. DJ Stubbs, how about that? Right after the long touchdown catch, he's the first man down the field making the initial hit. That's indoor football in a nutshell right there. Your big play wide receivers also making big plays on special teams. We see Gorman downfield as well. And a good job by the kick coverage unit. Arizona starts at the 5-yard line.
This Sharks team is ready to play today.
Jacksonville had its last bye week of the regular season last week. Some shakeups in the roster. And we've seen some new faces. Obviously the change of quarterback as well. You said it right there, Justin. This team's been ready to play so far. Has a 3-point lead here late stages of the first half.
They got number 54, Wiggins, in there. This is a guy I've seen at practice, a lot of power this week. Excited to see him in the game and to see what he does with all the power he has.
Trenton McGee, one of the new faces in this defensive backfield on the stop there. Shannon Brooks, the running back, picked up about 4 yards on first down.
Jones, Wiggins, and Munoz up front. That's a great defensive line, by the way, if we can mention that. These guys can all make plays.
On second down, Snead back to pass, tosses to the left. And he has Jackson, but he can't get away. Great job there for Jacksonville by McGee, just to grab the ankle of the receiver and not let go. Lassiter comes over to finish off the play. It's a short gain for Arizona, but third down.
That is something I'll definitely notice from this game. There hasn't been a lot of wide open guys. There is a Sharks defender right on them. They might catch the pass, but there's a guy near them. Definitely improving in the secondary this week.
Jackson and Reed, the top receivers so far for Arizona tonight. Snead back to pass again on third down. Hits and takes another hit from Lassiter, and this one incomplete. Great job in coverage down the field by DeJon Warren. Fourth down coming up for Arizona. The Shark defense holding strong.
Great job there by getting pressure on Snead. Couldn't be comfortable and deliver that pass. Let's see if they can get this stop here.
This is setting up well in the late stages of the first half for Jacksonville. They just need one more play to take the ball over inside Arizona territory. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 4th and 3 for the Rattlers from their own 12-yard line. 2 seconds on the play clock. And this one is blown dead. Arizona can't believe it. Snead's fired up. There was a receiver well downfield. The flag came in.
There is no foul in the play. We were trying to reset the play clock, which caused the offense to false start. 4th down.
So they take the flag away. They said they were resetting the play clock. Jason Gibson can't believe it. Bill Alford wants an explanation as well. He's on the field. Coach Gibson back on the bench. You can see him fired up from here.
With the offside, I think that's where they're having a lot of issue. There was a guy offside. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Now 4th and 3 for Snead. Throws over the middle, has Jackson. That's a long touchdown for Arizona as Najee Jackson gets wide open. Snead with a clean pocket, easy pitch and catch. And the Rattlers get a break there after the penalty is taken off. Arizona converts on 4th down, and they score with about a minute to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was definitely a good route combination right there by the Rattlers. Confused the Sharks' defensive backfield.
So Arizona back on top by 3 points with Dawson Evans on for another PAT. Kickers have been good so far tonight. Evans perfect now, 4 for 4. Of course, for Jacksonville, Figgensher 3 for 3 with a field goal on top of that. So Arizona back up by 4 points. Jacksonville, though, does have a chance. 1:08 to go here in the second quarter. Still one timeout. So not an ideal situation for Coach Gibson and the Sharks, but plenty of time to work with as we're going to head into the 1-minute timing rules as well.
Tough break for the Sharks defense right there, but hey, Coach Gibson and the offense going to look to score here because like we talked about, the Rattlers will get the ball in the second half. So we want to score last here and go into the second half defending.
And we've seen a bit of a quick strike offense from Jacksonville. Of course, that long touchdown pass from Perry to Stubbs last drive. We've also seen the first 2 touchdowns where Perry could have theoretically scored from anywhere because as soon as he got that first crease, he was gone. Yeah. Arizona, their defense has done a great job adjusting so far, but we'll see what gets dialed up here for Jacksonville in this last minute. The Rattlers do have all 3 timeouts. That may come into play. And Arizona tries an onside kick.
They touched the ball before 10 yards.
And there's a flag down as well. They may have also been offside. So the Rattlers with the slow roll surprise onside kick. Jacksonville seems confident that they will end up with possession here.
As we talked about before that play, Arizona trying to get a double down right there and score and then get the ball back. So interesting way for them to play. They think obviously they can defend the short field.
Offside, kicking team number 9. The penalty's declined. It was recovered by the receiving team. 1st down.
Good call, Xander.
So the Sharks recovered it. It was hard to tell in that scrum with no initial signal, but Jacksonville did recover the ball anyway. So the penalty ruled irrelevant, and the Sharks now have a 1st and 10 from the 11, so choosing to back themselves up because of a better angle and also the opportunity to get a 1st down outside of the end zone. So Jacksonville's maybe trying to make sure they use the rest of the clock if they can. Ideally, you would want to score any way possible. So we'll get at least 1 snap before the 1-minute timeout here. As Perry hands it off, Tyler King Not a lot of running room to work with as he gets taken down by Voles. And that will take us to the 1-minute timeout.
Every day is game day. Off my third contract, you still on that same play. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back, look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I take the stage, I'm stuck like Evil Knievel. I built the conquer heights. My mind's a daddy.
Greetings from Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida. Around here, you won't find theme parks. Our beaches are the big attraction. 22 miles of white sand and swell surf. And with 270 average days of sunshine annually, almost every day is a beach day. So grab your flip-flops, sunscreen, and swimsuit. On the flip side, anything is possible. Learn more at visitjacksonville.com.
Let's go! Saturday night is Sharks football night. Affordable family fun for everyone. Great tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
Check out our exciting theme nights in our new family pack. 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, plus a $25 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Let's go! Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets today.
Are you looking for a place to host your next corporate outing, date night, family fun night? Sharks have you covered. Sharks Reef Field Suites are the most exciting place to watch a sporting event here in Jacksonville. You can't get any closer to the action. Each Reef Suite includes food and holds up to 8 people. Create memories you'll never forget. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me, dave@jacksharks.com, to secure your Reef Suite. I promise you, these will sell out, so don't delay. Purchase your Reef Suite today.
We're back for the final minute of the first half. A back-and-forth game so far. Arizona 28, Jacksonville 24. The Sharks trying to get back into the end zone and take a lead into halftime, knowing that the Arizona Rattlers will be back to receive the opening kickoff of the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10 for Jacksonville from the 11-yard line. We're back underway as Perry fakes the pitch, looking to throw. Now will try and run with it, and he'll get taken down in the backfield. Nothing doing on that play for Jacksonville. Savon Lowry in on the stop for Arizona, and now Kevin Guy calls timeout for the Rattlers.
Arizona.
As Arizona now trying to take advantage of the game clock. They still have 2 timeouts left.
I think Coach Gibson with that play there was, like we're talking about, trying to see if they can beat somebody that's triggering based on the run game. Obviously, they couldn't beat the pressure right there.
So it's 3rd down and long for Jacksonville. Arizona was still with 2 timeouts. So the Rattlers here could potentially take timeouts after the next play, and then they might get the ball back with about 40 seconds left. We've seen a couple of long touchdowns for Arizona, also a long pass to Reed that was not a score, but they scored on the next play. So you think that, Kevin Guy on his side for Arizona is figuring, well, if we get the ball back, it might only take 1 play, as they're trying to manage the clock and give themselves a chance to potentially get in the end zone as well. But Jacksonville's still in control here. 3rd down, though. 3rd and 15 from the 16-yard line. Perry throws off his back foot. It's in and out of the hands of Breon Michelle. An opportunity there for Jacksonville, but Michelle can't pull it in, and it's now 4th and long.
Perry stood in there, threw a strong pass. That was close.
And Michelle was just breaking away from his defender, who I think maybe had a hand in it. Either way, a missed opportunity for Jacksonville. And now Figgenscher on for another field goal attempt. This one from 31 yards out. Perry with the hold. The kick is up. And Figgenscher connects, I believe.
That's something we like to see. Haven't had a lot of success in the kicking game this year. He's definitely coming to his own. He was probably a little nervous early on with that early hooker, but hey, he's hitting them. Let's keep it going.
Well, it's a little tough in your Shark debut. You get called in on the first set of downs for what was going to be like a 41-yard attempt. Then there was a penalty, gets brought back to 48. So, yeah, he overkicked that first one. Yeah. But since then, he also hit one PAT off the upright and in. Everything else has been perfect since then, though. Smooth PATs, 2 field goals from around 30 yards out. It's good to have in your back pocket, you know, if you can have that consistent conversion in this type of 4th and long situation. Now, Arizona does have at least one timeout here.
And like you mentioned earlier, they have been the quick strike Rattlers so far this game. I think couple two-play drives, 1-play, 3-play. So definitely watching for them to score quickly here and try to double up going into the half.
On the Jumbotron here in the arena, it says Arizona has 3 timeouts. They definitely have 2 because Kevin Guy, Rattlers head coach, took 1 in the last set of downs. But Arizona, to that point, has 2 stoppages to work with in addition to using the wall. So a lot of time left, even though there's only 39 seconds on the clock. And even though Jacksonville is trailing, they're really just 1 play away from being back in the driver's seat. If that defense can force a stop or a turnover, this game can turn right back in Jacksonville's favor. Low bouncing kick from Figenshire. Keeping it away from the return man, Miles. And perfectly executed there from Jacksonville because the ball hit the turf before bouncing into the stands, it gets spotted where it went out of bounds as opposed to a kick in the air. So good job there by Figenshire to put the ball in a good spot. So Arizona starts this drive from the 5-yard line.
I will say throughout this game, it does look like Coach Gibson's new moves are making improvements on the field. The gameplay here is improving for the Sharks today.
And this ball's out. Snead picks it up, and he'll get taken down for a loss. Dalton Snead prevents disaster for Arizona, but Chase Lassiter is there to clean up the play.
Lassiter delivers a blow there. Nothing doing. Great job. Fumbled the snap. I guess that's a common issue around the IFL, these snap issues.
Second charge timeout, Arizona. Game clock operator, please put 33 seconds back on the clock. 33.
They'll put 2 seconds back on the clock to make it 33, but critically, Arizona now only has 1 timeout. Yeah, that snap just came in low and looked like Snead was trying to start his drop back and then realized that the ball was low and just kind of lost his balance reaching down for it. But a good play on his part to pick it up and at least prevent the turnover. 2nd and long for Arizona, 33 seconds left. They are 47 yards away from the end zone.
This will be big for the Sharks going into the second half, getting this defensive stop as well. That's not something they've done much this year.
2nd and long, Dalton Snead back from his own end zone. He throws deep down the middle, it's up, and it's caught for a long Rattler touchdown. Jamal Miles gets behind the defense, and once again, Dalton Snead delivers a long touchdown pass for Arizona. That silences the crowd here in Jacksonville. Puts the Rattlers back up 34-27.
Now with that score, we definitely need to stop coming out of the second half now. So these guys will look to regroup, but there's still 26 seconds. That is time for the Sharks to come out here and put some more points up. Let's see what they can do as well.
And because of how that last drive unfolded, Jacksonville still has its final timeout. Evans connects on the PAT. That puts Arizona up by 8, 35-27. You know, the move to the IFL this season, obviously most teams use the run game effectively. A lot of mobile quarterbacks. We've seen a little bit of that from Snead, but this is the first time, at least here inside the Shark Tank this year, that we've seen the opposing quarterback just step back in the pocket and fire deep downfield several times, as Snead has done in the first half. That's the third long touchdown pass and fourth long completion overall. So Snead is certainly able to, extend the field and lay the ball out for his receivers. Arizona clearly has talent in the receiving core, and it's on Jacksonville to adjust, maybe try and find a way to dial up more pressure.
Yeah, I think the Sharks might have to go to some type of zone and be able to let these guys play in front of them. They're getting over the top, and they're getting over the top quickly. I guess his nickname could be Quick Strike Snead right now. It's one or two plays, and he's finding the end zone. So definitely going to have to slow that up, find an adjustment here at halftime, and shut him down in the third quarter.
Now, we saw Arizona go with the surprise onside last time. I wonder if Kevin Guy is considering it again. Jacksonville certainly aware of the potential there.
And Jacksonville definitely didn't deter him from that because they only got a field goal out of that last possession.
Tyler King will field this one at the 4-yard line. King with some running room. Tyler King, 20 at midfield. There goes Tyler King, untouched into the end zone for a Jacksonville touchdown.
Much needed, like we said, needed to score there because they could double up on him. Got the quick strike, but the Rattlers do get the ball, and quick strike Snead can strike again.
Exactly what Jacksonville needed there, delivered by Tyler King, who we've seen make electric plays earlier this season. That one the biggest so far of the year as he brings his team within 2. And here's another look at this kickoff return by Tyler King.
One cut and gone. One cut and gone. That's how you love to see it.
It's what we've seen from the quarterback Perry. We now see it from the return man Tyler King. As Vigenshire connects again. He's 4 for 4 now on PATs. Jacksonville back within a point. 35-34, 17 seconds to go before halftime. This is classic indoor football final minute action here, as 17 combined points since the 1-minute timeout, with each team scoring a touchdown plus Jacksonville's field goal.
Legal defense. One of the defenders was not down in the stance at the snap. That penalty's declined. The try is good.
Sharks need to stop them here on defense and go into halftime and catch a breather and make some adjustments. Can't let them score here in these 17 seconds.
This is an Arizona Rattler team that's been playing good football of late. Uncharacteristically started the season 1-3, and partially due to a tough early slate that saw them play Vegas and Bay Area in the first 3 games. However, since then, Arizona has won 4 of his last 5 to climb back to 5-4, still firmly in the middle of the pack in the Western Conference. As just like Jacksonville over in the East, Arizona a conference-heavy schedule to close out the rest of the regular season. They have 1 game against Iowa. Everything else is against fellow Western Conference opponents. And again, for Jacksonville, this is their last regular season game against a Western Conference team, as the Tulsa Oilers will come to the Shark Tank next week. Jacksonville hosting so far the only team that they have beaten in the IFL, as they went out to Oklahoma to get that first win a few weeks ago against Tulsa. 17 seconds left here in the first half. And now Glenn Gibbons Jr. back deep for Arizona. I believe this is the first we've seen of him out on the field, as this kickoff will go into the stands in the air. I think
the 25-yard line.
This will bring Arizona out to the 25-yard line.
Well, this is dangerous for the Sharks because they only have half the field to go with 17 seconds. Defense will have to be played on this drive.
And still 2 timeouts for Arizona. I think that's been the most remarkable thing about this last minute. All this scoring has happened without either team having to use really any timeouts. Snead on first down. His pass is tipped and nearly intercepted. Good deflection there for Jacksonville by Bird. Gorman was flying over and almost had a play on it, and it's now second down.
I don't know if he doesn't get that. I don't know. We might be looking at a 1st and goal right now. So that's a great play by him, much needed by the defense.
Snead and the Rattlers break the huddle with 14 seconds on the play clock. 13 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Snead back to pass, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. It's caught there by Jackson as he'll get down to about the 10-yard line. First down for Arizona, but critically Jacksonville keeping the Rattlers out of the end zone. The downs really don't matter at this point. It's all about the clock.
4 seconds.
And there's 4 seconds left, so I think the Rattlers should have to use their second timeout here.
Third and final timeout, Arizona. 30 seconds in length.
The official announcement was that it was Arizona's third timeout. I think Kevin Guy was putting up one finger like he still had one left. Either way, I don't think there'll be enough time for Arizona to use another timeout. So we'll see what the Rattlers dial up, and I think it's going to be the kicking game. So that's a win for Jacksonville if this is going to be a kick attempt.
That is a win for sure.
They do bring out Dawson Evans. He's been money so far tonight, but with how explosive this Rattler offense is, I'm almost surprised they're not going to go for, what would be a big score to go potentially up by 8, but they will send Evans out, so Jacksonville
is challenging the previous play that there were more than 2 men in motion. Previous play is under further review.
So you will see there were 2 guys. Number 8 was not set prior to the play. Coach had to tell him that he was supposed to be the guy on the line. So we'll see how that breaks down when the referees review it, but I definitely did see that.
So he's saying that one man was in motion and then set while the others were still in motion. So we had 3 in motion at once. Okay. So we'll need to get the previous spot. Yes, we will.
So we'll get a look at this from our officiating crew here as we unpack this Jacksonville challenge.
In the house, this is rock it on. You know what to do. All right, we should be good on mic, guys. Teach me how to do it. They be like, what? Will you teach me how to do it? You know why? Because all the girls love it. All I need is 3-5.
Okay, what I need to see is all the pre-snap motion here.
Put your front, they gon' be on you when they see you hit that thing ride. Ain't nobody kicking with my book from on the side. He go by Bubba and he hit that.
Yeah, we started here and roll it for me the first time.
I show my moves on everybody trying to do it. I leave the function with all the ladies trying to split it. Now you just do you, and I'ma do it all day. Dudes wanna hate, so they try to screw me. Females be stuck to me. I think they try to glue me.
It's not my head. Okay, can you give another angle of anything pre-snap here that would show all of the receivers at once?
Teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me.
You gotta rewind it back.
Teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it.
If they rewind it before this, they would see it.
Yeah, there was one player who was on the line who had to run up to the line, and then the 2 scheduled motion men started. So the question is, was that third player set before the other motion?
Last receiver, then I can't overrule this play. Okay, thank you. The play's going to have to stand.
Is that on their vid swap?
Their vid swap?
They show it on. You see it on their tablet?
He has it on their tablet or no?
No, the Jacksonville tablet. Can you see it on their tablet?
Oh, okay. Is there another shot on vid swap that we would have access to?
I gotta go get it from them.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Quit messing with my nuts.
So from what I can pick up, the issue here is they can't tell where all
angle
4 receivers are.
Okay. they have it, yes. No, they didn't. So, I have nothing that's going to show me that I can overturn the play. So, right.
They didn't show anything on there.
Right.
So they have it on vid swap. You want to ask them real quick?
Yeah, you can.
So they should have it. They should be able to show them on the vid swap that it's there. That guy moved before the play that you all are seeing on replay as well. Before that, that receiver who was set on the line did move. His coach had to tell him to move. We saw it up here in the booth. So they just have to be able to show that and produce that so the referees can make the call.
And it was because of the framing of the camera angles on the normal feed that we have here, which is why you couldn't see all 4 receivers in one shot. So now Bill Alford's got the tablet out to show.
See, he's set by the time this frame started. Number 8 was not set at the beginning of this play.
Right,
but
because the receiver at the very bottom had started his motion, we think, before the guy on the line was set.
Yes, I believe that's correct. They just need to get it in frames.
Right now, both head coaches have their arms out to the sides, just kind of waiting for a solution here. A look there at Bill Alford and Jason Gibson for Jacksonville. Bill's got the tablet out showing the officiating crew. As now they're going to go over and talk to Kevin Guy briefly. This is an important play because Arizona goes from having a chip shot field goal to potentially being 15 yards further back. And so,
no points, some points.
That's the reason for the extended delay here, just trying to try every available angle to make sure they can get the call right.
And that's the key to any review. It has to be indisputable evidence. So they have to be able to see that guy in frame to be able to make this call.
After review, there were 3 men in motion at the same time and did not fully reset. That is a foul for illegal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty. The game clock will be reset to 13 seconds because the ball never became live due to that penalty. 13 seconds are on the clock.
So it's essentially like that play never happened, except it's a 5-yard penalty against Arizona. So that backs it up about 20 yards.
In addition, because that play never occurred, Arizona never then had the opportunity to call their 3rd timeout. They still have 1 timeout remaining. Okay. 2nd down.
All right.
So Arizona's got a timeout. 13 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. It's the same situation as before the last play, except the Rattlers are 5 yards further back. So the officials take the time to get the call right, and now if you're Jacksonville's defense, you want to take advantage of this.
So there is still time for them to score. 13 seconds is a lot of time in the IFL.
Snead, quick play action fake, back to pass, now he'll tuck in and run. Dalton Snead with some running room at the 20 at the 15. He'll put the ball over the wall with 6 seconds left. So Arizona's got a little bit more time to work with now. I think that's going to be enough time for them to run a play. When they had 4 seconds, they had brought the kicking unit out, but this close to the field, you know, if you're Kevin Guy, you probably have confidence in your quarterback to get the ball out early enough to not use all 6 seconds.
Again, you see a veteran move. Instead of forcing it downfield, he gets as many yards as he can and gets outside, gets out of bounds, and stops the clock.
So with 6 seconds left, Snead pump fake, throws over the middle, it's up and over everything. 2 seconds left, it's incomplete, was looking for Corey Reed Jr. Good defense from Jacksonville. Reed ends up over the wall. And now the kicking unit comes out, so we end up in a very similar spot to where we were before the review.
With everything that went on in that drive, this is a win for the Sharks here. The Rattlers got the ball at the 25, able to stop them and hold them to a field goal. It's a great job by the defense.
And this attempt is about 5 yards further back at least than it was before. So this is a 31-yard attempt, and now Jacksonville's going to call timeout and ice the kicker. Dawson Evans gets a trial run there.
Third challenge now, Jacksonville. 30 seconds in length.
And the Sharks have called their final timeout.
One more time, Sharks 50-50 with 2-6-7-8-6. Here's part of the Sharks 50-50 raffle drawing. Totaling nearly $1,000 and needed to exceed that amount tonight.
Garrett Kettle, the backup quarterback, is the holder here for Arizona. Low snap handled. Evans' kick is up. And there's a flag down at the 20-yard line, so hang on a second. Ulrich Jones under the impression it's against Arizona as he's emphatically pointing backwards. The Rattlers are now backing up.
Holding. Kicking team number 90. 10-yard penalty. Replay, fourth down.
Holding against Savon Lowry, that's a 10-yard penalty and will back Arizona up to a 40-plus yard field goal attempt.
Can I get it to get really, really, really loud in here, please?
The Rattlers have had to work hard for these 3 points.
Evans sends this one away. The kick is up. And the kick is no good. Misses wide to the right. So Jacksonville holds strong and ends the half with a defensive stop. 35-34. Arizona is on top, but Jacksonville's got a little bit of the momentum heading into halftime. And we'll see if they can carry that on defense. So we'll step aside. Be back on Back the First Half in a moment here on YouTube.
Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. We've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years. Trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Arizona 35, Jacksonville 34. It's been an exciting back and forth half of football with 30 minutes still to go. Xander Keane and Justin Renfro here with you. At halftime, we should have some highlights from the first half coming up here momentarily. And here we go. N'Kosi Perry getting the start for Jacksonville. The first of his 2 rushing touchdowns there to get this Shark team up early.
The young man from the U having a great first half with his legs.
But on the other side for Arizona, the Rattler offense has been good as well. Shannon Brooks got the Rattlers on the board. That's the only rushing touchdown for Arizona so far. There's been a lot of Dalton Sneed. As N'Kosi Perry with a little bit extra on that second touchdown run. The electric legs of Jacksonville's new starting quarterback on full display here so far tonight.
Quick strike Snead right there. Every time the Rattlers have the ball, Snead has been able to put it in the end zone quickly today. The Rattlers are having a great time on offense.
New kicker for Jacksonville this week, Colin Figenshire. He's connected on 2. That one his first field goal, but Arizona came right back. Dalton Snead, a long catch and run touchdown to Corey Reed Jr. That one gave Arizona their first lead. And how about Snead absorbing the blow from Lassiter and delivering a strike? But it was an N'Kosi Perry strike of his own. Finds his time in the pocket. A wide open DJ Stubbs. Back and forth the quarterbacks go. This time it was Jackson with the long touchdown for Arizona. As the Rattlers distracted, and then another one there to Jamal Miles.
Snead looks like he's picking up right where he left off the last game and last year, but plays together every time.
A lot more happened after that as well. Just a taste of the back and forth action here in the first half. 35-34, Arizona on top by 1. We'll be back in a moment here on YouTube.
High five your favorite players as the Sharks prepare to take the field for battle. Enjoy a catered pre-game, all-you-can-eat buffet in our private Duval room, perfect for networking and entertaining. Then, just before kickoff, you'll head into the tunnel outside the Sharks locker room to greet the players as they head out for pre-game introductions. This is your chance to get up close and personal with your favorite Sharks. Shark Walk packages are now available. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me at dave@jackssharks.com to purchase your Shark Walk package.
Hello. Are you a veteran struggling to obtain the VA disability benefits you deserve? Are you VA rated at 90% or less? Are you being fairly compensated for your service-connected disabilities? If you answered yes, then trust the veterans at True Vet Solutions to get you the compensation you deserve. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. You have nothing to lose and a lifetime of benefits to gain.
Ever thought about why we take trips? They take time off, time to plan, time to pack. They take work. They give us a chance to reconnect with ourselves, our family, and our friends, and maybe even a new one. And when they're over, all we're left with are the memories. Memories that inspire stories, and stories that become legacies. So no matter where your next trip takes you, come home with a story. General RV.
Off my third contract, you still on that same play. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle.
And we're back here at halftime. Arizona 35, Jacksonville 34. Halfway through this one here inside the Shark Tank, and a pleasure to be joined now here at halftime by longtime IFL Director of Officiating Tom Falconelli. Glad to have you here in Jacksonville. It's a good one so far. Pretty exciting back and forth action for you. Is this your first time here to Jacksonville?
Actually, my third game this season down here, and where else would you rather be on a Saturday evening in Jacksonville than here? I mean, they're getting their money's worth tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, great crowd, great back and forth action, and you know it's good to have you here because obviously here, been working Sharks games, doing the broadcast for a long time, but a bit of a different flavor with this team joining the IFL. Some slight differences to what we're used to, and I think the one thing that stood out to me, through this first half of the season is just the way the kicking game is set up. It's pretty electric because of, kind of the risk reward of the deuce, right? You have the opportunity to go for a couple of points, but with the kickoff going out of bounds, potentially, moving the ball up to the 20, I guess for the Shark fans that are still newer, still getting used to the IFL, if you could run down those scenarios real quick, is that intentional in terms of how the IFL has set up the kickoff game to, have that strategy in play?
Well, in the past, when the deuce came in a couple of years ago, it was only allowed in the last minute of the half of the game. And it was such an exciting play at that time of the game, we decided, hey, let's make it game-wide. And I think the record is the game last season, the kicker had, 7 deuces in one game. So you can be down 10 points at the end of the game, score a touchdown, and you're back in it. If you've got go for 2 and kick the deuce, you're back in it. And that's happened several times. So just a real good twist to the game. And we want to make this game fan-friendly and exciting, and it is. It's traditional football. There's a lot of run involved in the game, a lot of passing. It's like real football, but then we've got the unique rules that make it even more interesting to the fans.
And obviously not just one motion man that Shark fans are used to here, but 2 definitely adds that dynamic. And I think just some of the other rules with the way the defensive alignment is set up, as you mentioned, it's sort of more reminiscent of what you might call real football or the outdoor game. A lot more running and passing, a balance, and just very quick. It's very fast action with the free rusher, and it sets up for, the athleticism of the quarterback and the offensive skill players to come into play.
And I think what the fans need to understand, this is a very, very difficult game to officiate. It's the hardest football sport of any type to officiate because, like I said, if we go through the pre-snap reads, just to the headlines when the line judge, you got to pick up your key. You got to get the line of scrimmage fouls. You got to know where the belt is. You got to know where the contact occurs on the receiver. But there's a science to it. Our mechanics manual has been developed over the years, and we adjusted accordingly when need be. But there's so many intricacies in just watching this game. You'll notice the umpire, that's the official behind the defense outdoors. He's not at 6 yards. That's too close. He'll get killed. Well, he'll get killed here, too, at 6 yards. But you'll notice our umpire sets up at 6, and he doesn't move for a couple of seconds. He's to hold that position for as long as he can because the other officials are keying on him as to, hey, I know that umpire's at 6. I know the belt's right in front of him at 5. I know the illegal contact line. If the rule says 5, we allow 6. So all the officials who key in on the receivers, where did that contact occur? Was it inside 5, outside 5? Well, they know where the umpire was, and they're able to adjust. But that's the type of intricacies that we have that makes it so difficult to officiate this game.
Absolutely, and the officials obviously all have the opportunity to go back and review a lot of different plays as well. So don't have a ton of time in your halftime, but Tom, thanks so much for joining us. Glad to have you here and enjoying another game here inside the Shark Tank. So we'll be back a couple minutes away from the start of the third quarter. 35-34 your score. Back in a moment here on YouTube.
At National Training Inc., we're your gateway to success in transportation and heavy equipment operations training. From Class A, B, to Modified A CDL courses, to mastering articulator loaders, excavators, bulldozers, and more. Are you ready to revitalize your career? Fast and affordable fees. Call us at 904-272-4000 and let's get started. Your future awaits at National Training Inc.
Every journey begins with a spark, with a dream. From those early moments of wonder to the cutting-edge vehicles of today, the Tom Busch family has been at the forefront of the automotive evolution. The experts at Tom Busch have helped generations of customers experience the latest automotive technologies.
At Tom Busch, we've been a part of your journey since 1970.
And now, we're part of your next chapter. We're the Tom Busch family of dealerships.
Your journey is our legacy.
Let's go! Saturday night is Sharks football night. Affordable family fun for everyone. Great tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
Check out our exciting theme nights in our new family pack. 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, plus a $25 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Let's go! Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets today.
For over 45 years, Southern Furniture Leasing has provided quality rental furniture at competitive prices. They pride themselves on their customer service, amazing selection, and speed delivery. Whether you need corporate, residential, or student housing furniture packages, Southern Furniture has the right selection and value you're looking for. And Sonny's Barbecue opened their first local barbecue joint in Gainesville, Florida in 1968. Every day since, they've been smoking and serving their signature barbecue. Hungry folks and gaining new fans in the process, Sonny's Barbecue makes sure everyone who dines with them feels right at home. Visit Sonny's Barbecue today. Take a look now at the Eastern Conference standings. Again, we're a little bit over halfway through the season. Jacksonville, of course, looking up right now at the rest of the conference, but a game against just about everyone left. So a lot of opportunity for this Sharks team to turn things around here in the second half of the season.
Yes, the Sharks and this new run game they have definitely can propel them against some of these teams. They will get to take their new look against the rest of the Eastern Conference soon.
And after this week, every single game the Sharks have for the remainder of the regular season is against an Eastern Conference foe. That starts with the home game against Tulsa next Saturday night. Here's a look at that upcoming schedule. They'll take on the Green Bay Blizzard for the first time ever on June 14th as they head up to Wisconsin. Then the Mass Pirates renew their rivalry against Jacksonville after playing the Sharks earlier this season. And then a couple more road games. The last 2 road games of the regular season at Sioux Falls. Then the first trip in a while to Des Moines as the Sharks and Iowa Barnstormers will square off for the first time here in the IFL. Again, Iowa, one of the other former Arena Football League franchises that came over to the IFL a few years before the Sharks did. Here's Arizona's upcoming schedule, as we mentioned, a very conference-heavy remainder for the Rattlers as well. 3 of their next 5 are going to be at home. They'll be at San Diego next week, then home against their in-state foes, the Northern Arizona Wranglers, then at Vegas, home against Iowa and Tucson. It's a very Southwest flavor to the IFL. Of course, this league for a long time kind of predominantly in the middle of the country, while traditionally the AFL was more along the coast. And you know, now with Arizona joining the IFL, some other newer franchises out on the West Coast, definitely a good concentration of teams there. Certainly makes travel for the Rattlers a little bit easier when they just have to drive down to Tucson or up a little ways to take on the Wranglers. We're just about set to go here. It's Colin Figgensure, the left-footed kicker out of Middle Tennessee State, making his Jacksonville debut. 2 field goals so far. Perfect on PATs as well.
He's having a good game in his Sharks debut.
Jamal Miles has 2 touchdown receptions so far tonight. He's back deep to receive the kick here for Arizona. Figgensure sends this one away, and this one is going to be way left. That one over the wall. And so Arizona
probably got a little cold there at halftime.
Yeah.
First halftime in a while for him. Forgot about having to warm up. He'll get it corrected.
So the Rattlers start at midfield. Dalton Sneed and Arizona back out. 3 long touchdown passes, 4 TDs through the air overall for Sneed in the first half. Came into this game with a 14-1 touchdown to interception ratio. That has only improved. As we've got a temporary stoppage here. Getting the chain set. And now we're ready to go. First snap of the third quarter. That's going to be a handoff from Sneed to Brooks, and Brooks with some running room into Jacksonville territory down to the 13-yard line. Shannon Brooks, the former Minnesota Golden Gopher, a gain of 12. First and 10 for Arizona from the 13-yard line.
Like we talk about every home game, first things first, we got to change the tide of the third quarters in the Shark Tank. Got to start ending in the Sharks' favor. And the second thing is, every week we say it, all IFL teams can pass and run the ball. Got to hone in now on the run. You see they're bringing that out in the second half.
First and 10, Sneed, quick toss to the left, has Jackson. And Jackson working his way near the 5-yard line, gets stacked up by McGee and Coffey. Gain of 4 or 5 yards. Second down coming up from the 8-yard line.
Let's get loud, Shark Nation.
Now second down, quick pitch there, and into the end zone goes Miles. As Arizona cashes in Jamal Miles, his 3rd total touchdown. That one might have technically been a pass. It was pitched kind of forward, but also side to side. Either way, The Rattlers get back into the end zone very quickly, and so they're up by 7 again with the PAT still to come. The back and forth action continues.
Quick strike is definitely the theme of this game. I think that was 3 plays. It is hard to keep Snead out of the end zone.
And Evans misses wide left, so he was perfect to start the night. Missed the long field goal wide right before halftime, pulls that one to the left. And so that's critically now Jacksonville is just a 7-point game. Of course, we heard from Tom Falconelli at halftime that one of the great things with the deuce is, of course, you could potentially score 10 points in one possession. So 7 or 8 doesn't matter as much, but you definitely prefer to only be down by 7 points. You don't have to go for 2. You're still in it. If you score and get 1 stop, you're right back in the driver's seat. Just the early stages of this third quarter. Jacksonville still looking for their first home win as a member of the Indoor Football League. It was a tough start to the season, and we talked about it ad nauseum in the first few games, how they played the defending champion Bay Area Panthers, a solid Vegas Nighthawk team, just some other top teams early on. Got behind in the standings, kind of adjusted to the new league. They got that first win against Tulsa, but it's been playing the full 60 minutes without letting it slip and letting the other team break away in the third quarter. That's been tough for this team.
That was exactly what I was going to say. This is, so far, this is the most complete of a game we've seen out of the Jacksonville Sharks.
And that kickoff's going to go way over the head of Jeremiah Payton, and he looked a little frustrated wanting to run it back, but it is going to pay off for his team. Great field position coming up here for Jacksonville. Again, that one goes over the wall in the air. And so they'll put it in the midfield stripe. We saw Arizona cash in with just 3 plays from this exact same situation. Now we'll see what N'Kosi Perry and the Jacksonville offense can do. They start with Boom Williams at running back. Again, he and Tyler King pretty much alternate snaps, or alternate drives, I should say. And Perry pulls it, has a bit more running room. Great blocking from the receivers as N'Kosi Perry picks up 6 or 7 yards on first down.
Once again, read option, making the right read, getting outside. Both Nick Roos and Brian Nolan Jr. doing great jobs when they're pulling around, getting those linebackers, and being able to create lanes for Perry to take off in.
And Breon Michelle kind of in front of the play, held his block all the way through the play as Perry picked up 6.
Wide receivers are definitely doing a great job blocking.
Pitch goes to Williams. He gets a crease. Michelle again with the block on the edge. Provides enough space for Williams to get 5 yards and a first down.
Stubbs came back and threw that shoulder, which springed him across that first level. And then, like you said, Michelle at the sticks also holding his block. Both wide receivers, guys that you don't want to catch the pass, but they're out there blocking till the end of the play.
Yeah, Stubbs getting his shoulder in front of a bigger defender. Just enough of a chip to give Williams the running room he needed. Now Williams along the left side. Some blocks in front from Roos and G. And we've seen the running game again for Jacksonville. Now a flag comes in at the end of the play. It was about a 6-yard run. We'll see which way this one goes. Sharks offense clearly under the impression it's going to go against Arizona, but
I definitely think the Rattlers defensive line, they're getting tired of getting pushed around in the run game. Starting to see some emotions of that. Jabril obviously blocking that guy to the wall. Nobody likes being blocked to the wall, so.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 91. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 56. Those fouls will offset, the down will count, second down.
So offsetting personal fouls, and critically, none of them were unsportsmanlike conduct, just unnecessary roughness, which is not a penalty that would count against you for the purposes of being ejected later on. So a good note there, just because obviously Jabril G critical at center for Jacksonville, and he was involved in that play, but the down stands. And now on second down, Perry keeps it himself, breaks some ankles, spins past another man, and picks up a first down.
N'Kosi Perry showing his athleticism right there. That was a great move. He did that himself.
I think that was Farrell, the linebacker, who's going to have a tough moment when they're watching film early next week after that one. But Arizona able to recover and keep Perry out of the end zone. It's 1st and goal now for Jacksonville from the 4-yard line.
He made that boy touch his toes.
Perry handoff running right Williams, and he'll get taken down by Merriweather after maybe a yard pickup on the play. Good backside pressure by Merriweather. Now a flag comes in late. So a little bit of extra. Brian Nolan Jr. kind of at the
After
center
the play
of
is
that
over,
one.
unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 77, his first of the game. 15-yard penalty, the down will count. Second down.
Once again, though, good. It's an unsportsmanlike. No, that was an unsportsmanlike. That was an unsportsmanlike.
That was.
Oh.
So Nolan gets called for the unsportsmanlike, which is tough because, things are getting a little bit, chippy and heated after these plays. And so you don't want that to escalate into another one, because now that's one on his ledger. If he gets another one, then all of a sudden one of Jacksonville's key offensive linemen would be out. So we'll see if he can keep it together after the play. As now 2nd and goal from deep for Jacksonville, and this one just over the arms of Williams, and Perry was just trying to get that one out. Boom had plenty of running room, but it's going to be 3rd down for Jacksonville.
Like we always talk about, in the 3rd quarter, can they get over this hump? This is crucial here. They've made a couple mistakes on this drive. They need to still be able to overcome them and score.
From the 18-yard line, it's 3rd and goal here for Jacksonville. 6 seconds on the play clock as they try and get set. And Perry's got to speed his team up, and he will get it off. Under pressure, Perry gets taken down. As N'Kosi Perry's first read wasn't there, he went for the pump fake, and then some revenge from Travaris Farrell, who got his ankles broken earlier, but comes right back and gets the sack as the free rusher, and it's now 4th and long. Here comes the field goal unit.
You see that Farrell very frustrated. He got his ankles broken, trying to drive Perry's head into the ground. We'll also want to watch that too. Hopefully the refs can keep an eye on that. Don't want any quarterbacks getting driven into the ground by their head.
+40 yard attempt here for Figenshire. And this low kick is going to be returned. So this one is a live ball as Miles will make his way out near midfield, and the kicker makes the tackle. So good hustle there by the place kicker, and solid form as well. So Arizona gets the stop and takes over. Now it's on Jacksonville's defense. We'll step aside. Rattlers up by 7. We'll be back in a moment here on YouTube.
Hey parents, sign your child up for Junior Attack Dance Camp, Saturday, June 8th. They will get hands-on instructions with us at practice and perform live at halftime. Our campers will get to enjoy a pizza party and a full locker room tour. Don't let your little one miss out. Go to jacksharks.com to sign up. Fins up!
birthday party at a Sharks game. Make it a night you and your guests will never forget. Party tickets include a Sharks game ticket, a designated party spot, and a Sharks souvenir. Food, drinks, chips, cupcakes, and Shark Walk access to see the players before the game. The icing on the cupcake? Get your birthday girl or boy's name right here on the Jumbotron for everyone to see. Visit jacksharks.com and fill out your request form, or just give me a call at 904-621-0700, extension 702. Or you can even email me at dave@jacksharks.com. Let's plan this birthday party together.
When the going gets tough, Absolute Bail Bonds is here for you. Let their family help yours. Call 877-GET-BAIL and let them know the Sharks sent you. And Florida Blue is more than an insurer. They're your health partner, working to lower your costs, make your benefits easy to access, and providing you with a broad range of health services. That includes traditional medical care, mental well-being, preventative care, and so much more. Visit a Jacksonville Florida Blue Center to receive a complimentary Jacksonville Sharks gift. Critical set of downs here for the Jacksonville Shark defense. It's been the trouble spot this third quarter. Arizona's already on the board with 6 points. Rattlers up by 7, trying to extend the lead on this drive. Handoff goes to Shannon Brooks. The running back picks up 4. Starting the drive to get the ball down to the 20-yard line. Second down coming up for Arizona. Relatively quiet game so far for Brooks, mostly because they haven't needed him that much. Arizona's been so explosive in the passing game. The running back, Brooks, does have 1 touchdown. He ranks 10th in the league coming in with rushing yards per game, close to 40. Now 2nd and 6, Snead. Back to pass, biding time, now throws back over the middle. Has Reed trying to pick his way through the Sharks secondary. He won't get much after the catch, but it is still a nice first down pickup of about 15 yards for Arizona. Now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
The Sharks need to start picking it up. They are starting to be a lull now. Plays are starting to compound on top of each other for negative outcomes. So we got to see if the Sharks can stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah, it was penalties after the play that set the offense back on the last drive. Now the defense giving up about 20 yards on the first 2 plays of this one. Now the handoff goes to Miles, running left, cuts back up the middle. He won't get there. McGee, Coffey, Gorman all active in and around that play. It's a gain of 2. Now 2nd and goal coming up. The collective effort there by the defensive backfield for Jacksonville. I think Gorman was the first guy in to make contact. McGee cleaned it up.
Let me hear you, Shark Nation.
Now Miles and Reed in motion, 2nd and goal. Reed option, pitch to Brooks, and he'll dive across the line for an Arizona touchdown. 2nd of the game for Shannon Brooks. Dalton Snead takes the hit as the quarterback, delivering a strong pitch. And the Rattlers now up by 2 scores, 47-34.
Snead is definitely feeling that shot from Munoz, but once again sacrificed himself so that the team can get in the end zone. Not as fast as the rest of their scores today, but once again another score for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I think that was 4 plays instead of their usual 2 or 3. But Arizona's been very efficient. Obviously, it's a totally different style of game, but it reminds me of the Rattlers back in the AFL days with Nick Davila as the quarterback. Just a very efficient, quick strike offense. It looks a little different here in the IFL and all different personnel, but a similar result as Arizona now leads 48-34 after the PAT. We'll step aside. Back in a moment here on YouTube.
Off my 3rd contract, you still on that same play. Lying harder, but I got the eye of an eagle. I put the city on my back. Look, I'm gonna ride for my people. And once I
Game time. The IFL and Build Your Base are back in your communities in 2024. Build Your Base has prepared our teams to bring fun and excitement to the youth in our communities, along with priceless lessons about good nutrition and the importance of staying active. With Build Your Base, our goal is to instill healthy lifestyle principles early in life so they can carry these lessons with them as they grow. Learn more about Build Your Base at buildyourbase.org.
Hey Shark Nation, it's your ticket guy, David Diana. If you're a local business owner, we want to turn our fans into your newest customers. I have an offer for you. Jaws partnerships are a great way to get your company name and information in front of all our fans in the Shark Tank. We are also going to reward you with a year-round digital advertising on our website and provide you with a promotional table for your business at each Sharks game. Plus, you'll receive season tickets for your business to provide to your family, staff, and even potential clients. If you want to become a Jaws partner this season, I can hook you up. Just call me, 904-621-0700, extension 717, or you can go online at jacksharks.com and fill out a Jaws package request.
In a sea of real estate options, don't get caught in the jaws of big chains.
Sink your teeth into the local market where every home purchase supports our community's prosperity.
From beachfront bungalows to riverside retreats, there's something for every fish in the sea.
With local agents who know these waters like the back of their fin, you'll find the perfect home to call your own. Go Sharks!
We're back with you here in Jacksonville, 48-34 now, Arizona on top of the homestanding Jacksonville Sharks. And another critical possession coming up for this Shark offense, stopped for the first time tonight on their last drive as Arizona extended their lead to now 14 points.
Now they're starting to get into that scary territory where they'll have to stop running the ball as much and be looking to pass.
And a bomb of a kickoff there from Evans, but nowhere close to the upright. So clearly the deuce not in play, and the ball up to the 25-yard line. We heard at halftime from Director of Officiating Tom Falconelli talking about how the deuce has added a level of excitement to the IFL within the last couple of years. Initially it was only active in the final minute of the half. Now it's all game. We haven't seen a lot of them though, at least this season. It's been a lot of line drive kickoffs or short ones that have been returnable. That one, though, bombed way over. And, of course, the first one, the ball comes out to the 20. Everyone after that, the 25. So Jacksonville right at midfield, 1st and 10 to open this drive. Play action fake. Perry goes deep, looking up, and that one is
definitely pass interference.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jeremiah Payton gets dragged down by Dylan Winfrey, and now a second penalty.
Probably a penalty for the shooting celebration. You know how the rules are on celebrations.
We saw the official who threw the flag had to then go to the hat. So it's going to be a pass interference, and then we believe an unsportsmanlike conduct against Payton. So
he was busy that play.
We'll basically have a do-over here. Unfortunately, it'll be an unsportsmanlike against the Shark receiver as they unpack this.
Pass interference, defense. 15-yard penalty will be assessed. We also have, after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 6, for making a shooting motion. That is his first of the game. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. We'll wind up back at the 25-yard line. We'll remain first down.
Dang, I wish Tom could come up there, because there was no shooting to another player. He was shooting at the empty top of the stand. So would be good to get some clarification, but hey, shouldn't be shooting guns on the field, so we'll move on to the next play.
So we're back where we started 17 seconds later and counting. Another 1st and 10 for Jacksonville from midfield. Under 5 to play now in the third quarter. Perry takes the shotgun snap. Under pressure, throws. It's up for Stubbs, a bit too tall and incomplete. I think DJ Stubbs mistimed it a tiny bit. He was on the way down when the ball came in.
Yeah, he definitely could have got that. Little mistimed on the jump. But again, Perry sticking in there, seeing the hit coming, throws a pretty good strike there. Looking to connect on the next play. You also see the Sharks getting away from the run game here.
They go back to it here, though, as Tyler King with some running room inside the 10-yard line. So right as you say they get away from it, they come back to what's been driving this offense so far tonight. Another big play by Tyler King.
That's a big call by Jason Gibson right there. Just like I said, he was getting away from the run game, passing. Boom, comes right back with his strength all day. Tyler King on an outside play. There you go.
Now 1st and goal for the Sharks. Spot this one at the 8-yard line. Perry, pitch, King. He'll get to about the 5 and get spun down there. I think Coach Gibson wants a face mask, but nothing came in from the officiating crew. It's still a pickup of about 3 yards by Tyler King. Here's another look. About 3 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter.
You see on that replay, Farrell choosing to run around Stubbs and instead of trying to get through him, because Stubbs has thrown some good shots to his ribs, and now he's choosing to run around the smaller blocker. That created the crease on that last play.
On 2nd down, Perry kept the ball in the read option, ends up losing a couple of yards. Merriweather on the stop for Arizona. Five seconds on the play clock. Snap is away. 3rd down and goal for Jacksonville. Perry backing up. Lets this one go up toward Payton. It's tipped up into the Rattler bench. Incomplete. Payton wants another flag, but none is coming in. That'll make it 4th down and goal for Jacksonville. And with this being a 14-point game, looks like the offense will stay on the field here.
These are some of the first must-have passing situations of this game. We'll see what the Sharks can do, and also we'll see where they go, because as we said, this is the new-look Sharks. You don't have Terry, you don't have Solomon. Who's your guy now when you need a play? So we'll find out now.
And the run game has been so effective that we haven't really needed to see it. You know, the Sharks went deep to Stubbs on one play, and they're going to call timeout here and think this one over.
First charge timeout, Jacksonville.
As the play clock was winding down, and yeah, this is the time of the game where, yes, ideally you'd like to have all your timeouts later on, but this is the play you need to have right. And so, you know, rushing to the line, not going to get it done. And like you were just saying, turnover at receiver here for this team, and so just different guys in there. We've seen Payton make, you know, some plays throughout the course of the season. Stubbs a big catch and run earlier for a touchdown, but you don't necessarily have that established go-to guy on 4th down, and we'll find out where they go here.
I also think it is important to note here that even though they're on the 7-yard line and it's 4th down, Coach Gibson could still call a run play. So you do have to be aware of that. You saw that earlier conversion. It was about a 4th and 10 or so. He chose that run play. Maybe he'll keep them honest with a run. I think, though, this is a passing down. They've been passing a lot this drive.
4th and goal. I got to have it play for the Jacksonville offense. Perry back to pass, now looking. Flag is down in the secondary. Perry throws back toward the middle. It's intercepted. There's a flag down in the secondary. Jacksonville's offense certainly thinks it's going against Arizona. Jermaine Dobbs is the guy that ended up with the football for the Rattlers, but the Jacksonville offense and Arizona defense are both staying on the field. It's in the area of illegal defense. Officials talking this one over right now.
Kevin definitely pointed to his head, telling somebody to think. So think it's on the ref.
Legal contact, defense number 9. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
That's big for the Sharks right there. They needed to stay alive on this drive. Got the penalty.
And you see it right there, Tavares Farrell with the downfield contact on Stubbs, disrupting his route. Automatic first down. New life for the Jacksonville offense here, first and goal from the 3.
I guess he didn't realize he was on the 7, so being at the goal line isn't a contact point.
Perry keeps it himself, tries the left side, lunges forward for a yard. Unable to break free toward the end zone, but does get a little bit more toward the end. And now second and goal for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville needs to punch the run in here. They need to punch it in.
Final minute of the third quarter here in the Shark Tank. Ten seconds on the play clock for Jacksonville. Perry sends his men in motion on second down. Quarterback fakes the pitch, and he breaks one tackle but gets knocked backwards.
It's tougher to run some of these wrinkle plays close to the goal line because guys can trigger so fast. That's what we're seeing here. I would try a straight up run here. This is 2-down territory. Third down and fourth down. Try a straight ahead run here on third down. Fourth down, you assess what's left.
And I think time is going to tick away here at the end of the third quarter as the clock does wind down. So we should get a stoppage here, and now we do. So we'll step aside. Arizona up by 14. 15 minutes to go in the ball game. Third and goal coming up for Jacksonville when we come back to start the fourth quarter here on YouTube.
Greetings from Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida. Around here, you won't find theme parks. Our beaches are the big attraction. 22 miles of white sand and swell surf. And with 270 average days of sunshine annually, almost every day is a beach day. So grab your flip-flops, sunscreen, and swimsuit. On the flip side, anything is possible. Learn more at visitjacksonville.com.
Let's go! Saturday night is Sharks football night. Affordable family fun for everyone. Great tickets are on sale now.
Let's go!
Check out our exciting theme nights in our new family pack. 4 tickets, 4 $10 vouchers, plus a $25 Al's Pizza gift card, all for just $100. Let's go! Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Don't miss out on the fun. Get your tickets today.
Are you looking for a place to host your next corporate outing, date night, family fun night? Sharks have you covered. Sharks Reef Field Suites are the most exciting place to watch a sporting event here in Jacksonville. You can't get any closer to the action. Each Reef Suite includes food and holds up to 8 people. Create memories you'll never forget. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me, dave@jacksharks.com, to secure your Reef Suite. I promise you, these will sell out, so don't delay. Purchase your Reef Suite today.
We're back for the fourth quarter here at the Shark Tank. For over 45 years, Southern Furniture Leasing has provided quality rental furniture at competitive prices. They pride themselves on their customer service, amazing selection, and speed of delivery. Whether you need corporate, residential, or student housing furniture packages, Southern Furniture has the right selection and value you're looking for. And at Bono's Barbecue, you'll find a genuine down-home pit barbecue experience. Their entire menu is smoked and prepared in-house, from mouth-watering smoked meats to delicious sides made from scratch. Bono's Smoker is always smoking, so visit a Bono's near you today. It's time for the feeding frenzy here before the start of the fourth quarter, and the Sharks hoping that translates to the field. The offense came up empty in the third, but an opportunity to open the fourth quarter. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line when play resumes. So they let Arizona get a bit more in front in that third quarter. The Rattlers win it 13-0, but Jacksonville still in this one. A score and a stop would get this team right back in the game. So we'll see. Not get ahead of ourselves. You got to get the score first, and a critical couple of downs here coming up for this offense.
Yes, for sure. Got to get the score first, but the feeding frenzy, always a great part of the game. For me, though, I feel like I was always super tired coming out of that.
So here we go. Perry and the Sharks break the huddle. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Ball all the way on the wide left hash. Tyler King running back to the right of the quarterback, Perry. And Perry fakes the handoff to King. Flag is down at the 2-yard line. Perry scrambling for it, spins, dives forward near the goal line, down to the 1. And so we'll check the penalty. That was thrown pretty quickly after the snap.
Yeah, got to see what that was. Looks like it would be in the area of illegal hands. Probably something like that at the top of a route. We'll see, though. Perry, he is playing his heart out. He wants to score. He wants to win this game for the Sharks, and you see it every time he's playing.
Illegal defense. Number 24 was inside the belt, not mirroring. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Another defensive penalty for Arizona gives Jacksonville another 3 first down. This has been a very extended situation here with the Sharks near goal to go. That's the 2nd defensive penalty inside the 10-yard line. Gives Jacksonville an automatic first down from the 2.5. Perry keeps it himself, cuts left, then right. Now stays on his feet, trying to find something, and he'll end up going backwards, losing yardage on the play. And now 2nd and goal from the 9.
That was a tough play. There was a lot of bodies in his face. He's just trying to get loose a little bit. I love the heart, though. The Cozy Perry trying to will the Sharks to a win, not giving up every play, play until the end of the play.
And tried to make something happen after kind of his first look was stuffed up, and instead of the no gain, ends up giving up the yardage, and so now the offense backed up. Still 3 downs left, though. And this one will be delay a game. It's the one thing that's happened quite a bit so far tonight.
5-yard penalty.
Sharks have had to use a couple of timeouts. I believe this is the 2nd delay of game. So that'll back the offense up another 5 yards.
Crucial times. Mistakes hurt the Sharks right now. This is definitely a crucial period of this game. They need this score, and they need this stop.
Low snap, Perry handles it back to pass, throws off his back foot toward the end zone. It's up, tipped off a couple of guys and incomplete. There were 2 receivers and 2 DBs back there, both Stubbs and Michelle. But the ball gets deflected by a Rattler, and now 3rd down and goal from the 14-yard line.
Let's see what Gibson dials in here. I would look for maybe a run here. He's going back-to-back pass.
On 3rd down, Perry back to pass, clean pocket, steps up, and that one came off his arm wrong, ends up low, looking for Jeremiah Payton, but the ball too short, and now 4th and goal coming up here for Jacksonville.
I would have liked to see Perry take off there. There looked like a big crease for him to get through right there.
I think this is a case where we saw Arizona get victimized by the read option early on. They adjusted, and Jacksonville hasn't quite found the right recipe except for a couple of big plays here in the second half of this game. Now 4th and goal. Perry needs the end zone, under pressure, now steps up in the pocket. He'll go. Perry at the 10, Perry at the 5, and he'll get taken down at the 4-yard line. I think that's the play Jacksonville needed on the last down, because that would have given them a more manageable 4th. Instead, it's a turnover on downs. Arizona takes over.
The Sharks are still not out of this game, though. They can get a stop and make some scores. They're still in this game. Like we saw within 1 minute of halftime, there was a lot of action in that minute. So stay in it, fans, stay in it.
11:44 to go here in the 4th quarter. Arizona up 48-34, and this is basically the time of the game where if you're Jacksonville, you need big plays. The Rattlers have not put the ball on the ground really at all, and Dalton Snead has not thrown anything remotely close to an interception. So they hand it up to Brooks here on 1st down. Brooks lowers his shoulder, drives forward, picks up about 8 yards. And the Rattlers will take that all day at this point, up by 14. McGee on the stop, 2nd and 2, or maybe call it 3 for Arizona.
Brooks does a good job of running behind his pads. Every time I do see him initiate contact, somebody is taking a shoulder pad full of Brooks's and trying to tackle him.
Second and 3 from the 11-yard line for Arizona. Snead keeps it himself, and he'll just give himself up after a gain of 7. Sensible 1st down run, good veteran play by the quarterback there. Obviously the clock continues to run this far out, but Snead not risking injury or a turnover or anything like that, just has the 1st down, is happy with it, move on, move the chains.
Once again, another wrinkle. That's something we haven't seen much this game. Snead most of the time is throwing a deep shot, so to come back, needing a 1st down, getting that run, keep the clock turning.
As we mentioned throughout the broadcast, Dalton Snead led the Bay Area Panthers to the championship last year. Now his first season with Arizona, piloting the Rattlers well as he hands this one off to Brooks. Lionel Wiggins on the stop, gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down coming up here for Arizona. And Justin, you mentioned when the Sharks and Rattlers played earlier this season, Snead was coming back off an injury. Clearly at this point, he is his full self, because we've seen he hasn't had to run that much, but when needed, he's been able to extend plays.
Yeah, Snead has had a good all-around game. The Sharks have not been able to stop him. Quick strike, 4 plays, 2 plays, 3, he's finding it.
They blow this one dead. It was a read option. Snead had a crease, but I think half the guys on the field stopped playing when they saw the flag. So,
snap, false start, offense number 79, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Cole Carter on the offensive line for Arizona called for the false start. That'll back the Rattlers up to a 2nd and 13.
Still want to watch that play because he was the backside guy. So the front side, that was a big crease on the front side. Definitely want to watch that as they keep progressing.
Snead back to pass. Bides his time in the pocket, now drifting, rolling, under pressure, throws back over the middle, has his man. Good tackle by Gorman, but a solid pickup for Jamal Miles. Once again, Dalton Snead biding his time, finding a man, delivering a strong throw.
Jones looking like he might have won a holding call there. That was a long play for the Rattlers. Offensive line giving Snead plenty of time. It's going to be tough for any defensive back to keep up with a guy for 8 seconds.
Gain of 10, but it's still 3rd down. 3rd and 3 now coming up for Arizona. Lassiter up the middle, delivers a hit, it's picked off. Intercepted by McGee. knee, and he's still on his feet, and the play is still alive as he gets to the 20-yard line. How about that? Trenton McGee with the pick. Jacksonville gets the first turnover of the game. That's what they needed. We'll see if this can spark the offense.
Yeah, like you said, last Chase with a big hit, causing that to be an errant pass. Lassiter with the big hit, causing Snead to throw the errant pass. Great pick. We talked about it. They need a defensive stop, and we got one.
So we'll step aside. 7:57 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
Donovan. Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. We've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years. Trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
To go here in the fourth quarter. Here's a look at some of the highlights for Ngozi Berry making his first start as a Jacksonville Shark. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns, both of them from 14 yards out, and a long passing touchdown as well, as Perry here extends the play, goes deep downfield for DJ Stubbs. That was a 48-yard touchdown in the first half. Not as much success so far in the second half. We'll see if the Sharks can build off that interception as they get the ball back from their own 20-yard line. Perry under pressure, goes deep, looking for Michelle. It's up and incomplete. Omari Alexander on the coverage there for Arizona, and it's 2nd and 10.
Michelle is the only new face there at wide receiver. You know, Stubbs and Peyton have been around here. He's the new face. I've seen him get a couple deep ball targets. Haven't really been able to connect with him yet, but we'll see. Coach Gibson obviously brought him here for a reason.
He's been making an impact in the run game, blocking downfield, which is as important as the plays you can make through the air here in this league. And there we go, DJ Stubbs gets the catch, keeps it going, lowers his shoulder, gets inside the 15-yard line. Stubbs has had a couple of big plays, and this one goes all the way down to the 13, 1st and 10.
Yeah, great job by Stubbs running over Winfrey right there, lowering the shoulder and getting the much-needed first down.
Under 7 to play here in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville needs a touchdown on this drive. Perry keeps it himself on the read option, and he'll keep the play alive. Perry still on his feet. Ngozi Perry spinning inside the 5-yard line.
Ngozi Perry wants to win. He is not giving up. We haven't seen that play out of any Sharks quarterback this year. It's great to see, refreshing to see, and you know I'm happy to see it come from a Miami guy.
Yeah, Ngozi Perry, a couple of years as a starter at Miami, finished up his college career at FAU. A lot of experience as a starting quarterback at a high level. Now trying to translate that here to the IFL. 1st and goal, they give him 10 yards. Boom Williams gets the ball and fights his way forward for a couple of yards. Down to about the 1.5 goes Boom Williams.
I like it. The Sharks staying with the run game. It's been successful for them. Lean on this big O-line. Nick Roos, Bryant Nolan Jr., Jabril G. Those guys are playing great. Hats off to them. I know they give out team awards every week by the super fans. You might have to give all those linemen up front the lineman of the week.
Jacksonville knocking on the door. It's 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Perry hands it off to Williams, breaks the tackle, boom, Williams into the end zone. Jacksonville back within 8. As the Sharks get on the board, they get to 40. It's 48-40 as Boom Williams gets in for the first time tonight.
I think you're starting to see, coming off their second bye week, got some new faces. I think Jason Gibson and the Sharks staff have figured out the IFL a little bit and what they want their identity to be.
Another kick knocked through by Figenshire. He is perfect on PATs, I believe, tonight. 5 for 5 with 2 field goals as well.
Now we need this defense to step up and get a stop. This is something we haven't seen them do a lot. It's been hard for them to come by stops. Dalton Sneed obviously is dialed in today. Quick strike Sneed, we keep calling him. Let's see if they can slow them down and get a turnover.
Yeah,
second turnover.
On the last drive, as they were going into it, I mentioned that Arizona really hadn't had anything close to a turnover yet tonight.
Yeah.
And then Lassiter is able to get the pressure, forces the errant throw. One more play like that, and Jacksonville's right back in this game.
Exactly. Hey, turnovers and penalties in the fourth quarter make games. And this is brewing to be a nail biter towards the end. Let's see who can play perfect football for this next 440.
And we saw so much action at the end of the second quarter in the final minute with Arizona getting a long touchdown. Tyler King had the kickoff return. Jacksonville had a field goal. Arizona had a missed field goal. And there's still 3 minutes and 40 seconds before we get to that point here in the fourth. So plenty of football still to be played here. And Jacksonville still has 2 timeouts. Arizona has all 3. Those will become critical if this game remains close. Figenshire sends this one away. Low line drive kick fielded in the air by Miles at the goal line. Miles 15-20 out near midfield. Another good kickoff return for Arizona, so decent field position. But again, as we saw in the last drive, just takes one play on defense to turn the tide of this game. The Sharks will try and get another one of those here.
Sharks definitely looking for a stop here. Hoping they can get no points as well.
That was just the second interception of the season for Dalton Sneed. Again, he missed some time at the beginning of the year. So this is only, I believe, his 5th or 6th start. But still, came in with 14 touchdowns and just 1 pick. But made a mistake on that last play. We'll see if Jacksonville can force another one here in the final minutes. Arizona trying to protect the 7-point lead. Sneed, pump fakes, throws over the middle, has his man. Flag is down at the offensive line of scrimmage, so hang on. No one is celebrating, and now they are, so the Rattlers actually believe it's against Jacksonville.
Illegal defense for illegal twist. Defense number 93. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So just like that, Corey Reed Jr. gets another touchdown for Arizona. The Rattlers answer and go back up by 13.
Like we keep talking about, the quick strike. Sneed and the Rattlers, they're 1-2 plays, they can turn it over and get you in the end zone just like that. I mean, that was one play, coming back to them one play again when they really need a stop.
Dawson Evans on. The bouncing snap is handled by the holder. And Evans knocks the kick through. So Arizona back up by 14, 55-41. So that essentially takes away the touchdown by Boone Williams, and now Jacksonville will have to go back down the field again. Here's another look at the touchdown. Pretty clean pocket for Arizona, and that's the difference right there, right? Lassiter on the previous play was able to get through the line, deliver the hit on the quarterback. That time, though, good protection up front, and that gave Snead all the time he needed. .404 to play. Still plenty of time. Jacksonville will be back home again next week for their third consecutive home game. They did have a bye week in between. And we talked about it earlier on in the season. It was a very front-loaded road slate for the Sharks. Only a couple of road games left now. So if they're going to turn this season around, a lot of it will happen here in the Shark Tank in front of the home fans.
Yes, the Sharks hoping to be able to turn this thing around. This is definitely the best game.
End over end kick away. It'll be fielded by the up back for Jacksonville. That's Payton. Jeremiah Payton working his way forward. There's a flag down, and Payton gets out to about the 11.
The return. Illegal block in the back. Return team, number 13. Gives us the goal. First down.
They get DJ Stubbs with a block in the back. So that backs Jacksonville up half the distance to the goal. But at this point, you're going to need explosive plays anyway. So whether you're at the 13 or the 6, doesn't matter quite as much.
They got to
get
score.
Downfield in a hurry.
Got to score quick.
From the 6-yard line, Perry sends his men in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. N'Kosi Perry with the running room, 15, lowers his shoulder to about the 17-yard line. Once again, N'Kosi Perry getting it done with his legs. Don't have live stats right now, but he's got to be well over 50 rushing yards in this game tonight, showing his electric ability with his legs that really carried this team in the first half. And it's something, if the Sharks can find ways to keep the offense going in that third quarter as defenses adjust, I think they'll really be onto something.
Yeah, a little lull there in the third quarter. Couldn't kind of find their way into the end zone.
And this one is picked off as Perry going for Payton. And Merriweather gets in front of the receiver, intercepts it. And Arizona now set up in a very good spot. We talked about needing to score quick. Perry went downfield on second down. As Merriweather gets the interception for Arizona, the Rattlers take over with 3:12 to go. One interception thrown by each quarterback now here in this second half. For their part, the Rattlers will probably try and use most of the remaining amount of this clock. We shall see.
Yes, they definitely will.
Handoff goes to Brooks. with some nice running room there for Arizona. The ball's out. The ball is on the ground, and Jacksonville does not recover. And now there's some extra after the play. Flags are thrown. Arizona did recover the football. Officials will unpack this one with 3 minutes to play.
Let's see what they call out of this one.
There were 2 flags thrown, so I think they're going to ask if both officials were throwing a flag for the same thing or not. Obviously, that was
The result of the play was a run for a first down as the offense recovered the fumble in advance of the line to gain. After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 19. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 17. Those fouls will offset. They're each their first foul of the game. It'll be first down.
So offsetting against Coffee of Jacksonville and Jackson of Arizona. So no impact on the yardage. It is still a first down for the Rattlers as the fumble was recovered by Arizona. It was tough to see because from our vantage point, that wall is a bit of a blind spot for us. So we saw Jabari Gorman, the ball came out. We saw players dive for it, but Arizona did land on it. So the Rattlers keep possession. Now under 3 to play. Handoff goes to Brooks running left. He picks up about 6 yards on the play. Arizona more than happy with that at this point in the game, as they'll run it under 2 minutes.
Brooks has been a solid runner throughout this game. He hasn't had a ton of carries, but every time he carries the ball, it's a positive run and moving the chains.
Yeah, he hasn't been the first option or maybe even the second for Arizona, but whenever he's been called on, getting it done, I don't think he has a single negative play tonight. Just getting, nothing spectacular, but just solid running forward, and 6 more on that last one. And now the ball comes out and pops over the wall. Little extra behind the play between Jackson of Arizona and Warren for the Sharks. No flag is thrown. Corey Reed had some running room, might have scored, but just lost the handle on it. Maybe trying to change arms with the football. It pops up out of his hands, bounces over the wall. So now 3rd down for Arizona as they will take this down pretty close to the 1 minute timeout, as they still haven't wound the play clock yet. And now they do. So Arizona can just hang out and let this tick down to the 1 minute timeout. So 1 minute to play. We'll step aside for our last break of the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a moment here on YouTube.
My 3rd contract, you still on that same play, lying harder, but I got the
I-5 your favorite players as the Sharks prepare to take the field for battle. Enjoy a catered pre-game, all-you-can-eat buffet in our private Duval room, perfect for networking and entertaining. Then, just before kickoff, you'll head into the tunnel outside the Sharks locker room to greet the players as they head out for pre-game introductions. This is your chance to get up close and personal with your favorite Sharks. Shark Walk packages are now available. Give me a call, 904-621-0700, extension 702, or email me at dave@jackssharks.com to purchase your Shark Walk package.
Hello. Are you a veteran struggling to obtain the VA disability benefits you deserve? Are you VA rated at 90% or less? Are you being fairly compensated for your service-connected disabilities?
If you answered yes, then trust the veterans at True Vet Solutions to get you the compensation you deserve.
Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. You have nothing to lose and a lifetime of benefits to gain.
thought about why we take trips? They take time off, time to plan, time to pack. They take work. They give us a chance to reconnect with ourselves, our family, and our friends, and maybe even a new one. And when they're over, all we're left with are the memories. Memories that inspire stories, and stories that become legacies. So no matter where your next trip takes you, come home with a story. General RV.
Back here in the Shark Tank, Jacksonville hoping for a miracle at this point as they're going to need to force a turnover right away. Arizona has the ball, third down, 1 minute to play, 3rd and 7 for the Rattlers from the 10-yard line. Arizona trying to improve to 6-4 and position themselves for a better seed in the Western Conference. Dalton Snead keeps himself drifting in the pocket, now throws, has a man, that's Miles, who will lower his shoulder, break a tackle, and dive into the end zone for a Rattler touchdown. Jamal Miles in for the 3rd time tonight. He has really stepped up as one of the big play receivers along with Reed for the Rattlers in this game. As Arizona now leads 61-41, and a familiar ending to the game for Jacksonville as we've seen a lot this season. Again, the full 60 minutes, except for the win in Tulsa, something that's eluded this team. This first half was competitive back and forth, you know, really a blow for blow matchup. But Arizona's pulled away here in the second half and now leads by 21 after the PAT.
Yeah, like you said, the Sharks are struggling to put the full 60 minutes together. I think here, you know, you had a great first half, the end of the 3rd quarter, and then the 4th quarter, it's been a lot of different mistakes here and there. So, you know, the Sharks looking to try to be able to put it all together still.
So 49 seconds left to wrap this up. Of course, a couple weeks ago, we saw Jacksonville block a field goal returner for a touchdown and have a kickoff return touchdown in the final minute to make the margin closer. But a very similar situation in terms of where they're at this point of the game that we've seen most of the season. Next week, the Tulsa Oilers will be here in the tank. That, of course, is the only team the Sharks have beat so far this season. Tulsa at 3-6. Payton and King back deep for Jacksonville. 49 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Evans sends this one away. Tyler King, 2 yards back in the end zone, already with a kickoff return touchdown tonight. And he will not get one here as Jackson drives him all the way back into the end zone. I think they'll say forward progress, though. Got him out to about the 5-yard line. And, yeah, that's where they spot the ball for Jacksonville. Now 42 seconds left. Now 34 seconds left to play for Jacksonville. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Clean pocket for Perry, looking deep down the right side, and Tyler King, I think, lost that one.
Definitely
as the ball came in behind him, yeah.
That was a good play design right there, though. Tyler King looks like he's banged up a little bit on that one.
Yeah, King gingerly getting over the stairs there into the Jacksonville bench. That's not what you want to see at the very end of this game with a guy who has kickoff return touchdowns in back-to-back games and can provide a spark on offense in Tyler King.
Dynamic guy right there, Tyler King. Hope he gets better.
Quick pass out to Jeremiah Payton. He will get inside the Arizona 20-yard line, thrown down there by Merriweather. Jacksonville does call timeout with 19 seconds left, giving Perry and the offense
second charge,
a couple more reps here.
Jacksonville, 30 seconds in length.
Another look at that completion. Merriweather's been an active player on defense for Arizona. Said his name a lot, along with the linebacker Farrell.
Yeah, I think for the Rattlers, Merriweather was their adjustment to the run game. You started seeing, he started being flying around in the backfield, making a lot of plays on Perry.
So 19 seconds to play. Jacksonville does still have one timeout. Perry takes a snap. Under pressure up the middle. Throws off his back foot looking for Michelle, and that one incomplete. Flag is down at about the 14-yard line.
Defense. Illegal defense. Number 9, the linebacker moved early prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty would be a first down.
Linebacker Farrell moved prior to the snap, so that's illegal defense. 5 yards and a new set of downs for Jacksonville, now 13 to play.
Yeah, Farrell's had quite a few of those today, having a little issue getting lined up, I think.
Perry throws for Boom Williams, and that's a big hit delivered by guess who? Devontae Merriweather once again. And Jacksonville will use a timeout to get one more snap with 4 seconds to play.
Third and final, charge timeout. Jacksonville, 30 seconds in length.
Four of Jacksonville's last 7 games will be at home, including next week against the Tulsa Oilers. In between is a trip to Green Bay to take on the Blizzard on Friday, June the 14th. This will presumably, barring a defensive penalty, be the last snap of this one. We'll see if Perry and the Sharks can get back in the end zone here in the final seconds.
And the game with a score.
Low snap handled by Perry under pressure. Perry breaking free. N'Kosi Perry at the 10, at the 5, and once again makes something happen, but too little too late for Jacksonville as they fall to the Arizona Rattlers by a count of 62-41. So we've talked about it in the last several minutes, but a very similar story for Jacksonville coming off the bye. As we talked about, it's not reflected in the final score. One of the better first halves this team has played this season, especially at home, but ultimately not the full 60 minutes that they were looking for.
I would say that's the best game we've also seen from a quarterback in the Sharks uniform this year. Nobody's done that. Put them in a position still to try to be in the game late in the game. The Cozy Perry definitely showed why they switched to the run game.
So that's going to just about do it for us tonight. I want to thank the team behind the air, getting us on, sounding great. For Justin Renfro, I'm Xander Keene, saying so long from VyStar Vendors Memorial Arena, where the final score, Arizona 62, Jacksonville 41. All games airing on YouTube and Caffeine TV are streaming live and archived on YouTube. This has been a presentation of the IFL. We'll see you next time.
At National Training Inc., we're your gateway to success in transportation and heavy equipment operations training. From Class A, B, to modified ACDL courses, to mastering articulator loaders, excavators, bulldozers, and more. Are you ready to revitalize your career? Fast and affordable fees. Call us at 904-272-4000 and let's get started. Your future awaits at National Training Inc.
Every journey begins with a spark, with a dream. From those early